What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Sota Pod YouTube channel for yet another live watch party. Montreal Canadiens versus the Minnesota Wild, and we have the national anthems, both national anthems, Canadian national anthem and Star Spangled Banner being performed right now. If you're new to the channel, smash that like button and subscribe. Ring that bell for notifications so you never miss an upload, so you never miss a live stream. We have the rest of November's live stream / watch parties already teed up, and we had Judd's Buds earlier this week as well as Wildly Informed yesterday. Don't forget to get your goal predictions in the live chat. Don't forget to get your score prediction in the live chat as well. Yo, what's up, Hank? Good to see you. Good to see you. The Sota Pod Project, the Sota Pod YouTube channel. The Sota Pod Project. I need to get one of these for the Sota Pod. But we got Kaprizov. We got an ode to the North Stars here. And I got my Waggle golf hat, which, by the way, Waggle supports this channel. Waggle supports this podcast and network. So go check out Waggle Golf. Get your waggleon.com. They just had some new drops, and on some of their new amazing Thanksgiving drops, hats, shirts, they have, I believe, 20% or 25% off sale going on right now. And if you use SP10, that is right, SP10, you get an additional 10% off. So go check out Waggle Golf. What is up, Andrew? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Typical lineups here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Rossi centering that top line. However, we have seen John Hines not afraid to mix things up like we did in that Chicago game, right? So we'll see. Like, I don't think, and we didn't even bring this up on the Wildly Informed show. Like, I don't think, Rossi being the one guy, the odd man out to be moved on that line in the Chicago game really means anything. I just think because he's the younger guy, and obviously they're going to keep Zuccarello and Kaprizov together because that's where the chemistry's at. Sorry I was a little late to starting, by the way. My iPad might be dead. So we're watching the game on my laptop here tonight. But puck is about to drop, ladies and gentlemen. Puck is about to drop. Les Canadiens against the Wild here at St. Paul. And let's get right into it. First period, puck drop now. No one really wins this one as the puck trickles down into the Montreal zone. And they're battling for it on the left side. Still in the Montreal zone. A nice shot by the Wild. That's blocked. Wild still have it. Bouncing puck. Send it back in deep. Montreal has it. Sends it to the blue line. Able to not quite get it out, but Hartman gets it back and skates it back into the Montreal zone. Broken up play, back down to the Wild zone, but they keep it out of their own zone for a moment. Puck bouncing around. Wild retrieve it, send it back up the right side. 19:10 on the clock. Again, thank you to those who are watching on YouTube. Thank you to those who are checking us out on X/Twitter and Facebook. If you are watching on Facebook and X, consider coming over to YouTube. Support this channel. We post every single day on this channel. And we stream like 3-4 times a week on the channel too. And Panthers tied it. What's your prediction for this one again, Andrew? 1845. Chisholm playing here tonight on the back end, by the way, guys. And he sends it back into the Montreal zone. Good pressure here by the Wild. Montreal doing a decent job early of breaking up the play for the Wild. But Eriksson Ekman, he's a tough guy to knock off the puck. But Montreal are successful of pushing the Wild out of their zone. Wild have it in their own zone, though. Nice pass through the neutral zone. Are they going to get the tip? It doesn't really matter because that hits the goaltender, and Montreal now is going to reset. Time for the Wild to go wild. Not weird. Wild, baby. 5-3 for who, Andrew? For Montreal or for the Wild? For St. Paul or for La Belle Province? Philip Gustin, by the way, getting a start in 7-2-2, the 2.2 goals against Everton, and a 919 save percentage. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh, Montembeault playing for the Montreal Canadiens. Freak off time. That's their slogan. Not weird. Wild. 1808. It almost looks misty, eh? I mean, it is pretty foggy out. I went for a late run, but maybe someone just didn't wash the glass there at St. Paul. 1808. Montreal wins the faceoff, but a nice little battle there in deep. Montreal ends up winning. Not even winning the puck battle, just retrieving the puck. Montreal in the wild zone battle. In the corner, puck trickles out. Faber has it. Faber up the right side. Faber, beautiful, beautiful pass up through center. Kaprizov after it now, top line out there. I haven't had dinner yet, but I had a late lunch, Andrew. I actually had a really, really awesome preliminary meeting today to maybe get a new client, and it was really good. A sauna enthusiast. Maybe do some work with them. So it was fun. It was fun. Nice job by the Wild, able to get into the Montreal zone with ease. One pass too many there, perhaps up from the left side of the blue line, and Montreal were able to break that up. Both teams going to change. Hell yeah, hell yeah. No, it's good. It's good. Keep him busy. Keep him busy. Right side. And that bounced off the goalie. There's a nice backhand opportunity from the Wild there, but that, yeah, I didn't even think that bounced off the pad of Montembeault, but the Wild are able to keep this inside. Wild right side. A little physicality by the Montreal Canadiens. They were able to separate the puck, pushing. I don't know who that was. And Chisholm has it and sends it back in the Wild zone. I just submitted a work application. Both looking to get busy soon. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can smash that like button if you haven't already, guys. Ring that bell for notifications if you haven't already. We do a ton of these watch parties every single month. I will get December's schedule up soon. And nobody there in the slot. Wild tried to backhand a pass. They're 16-17 on the clock. But yeah, I've been busy for the last 2 months, Hank. It's been good. Fall and summer kind of sucked, but no, things are good now. And hopefully going to get better. Hartman tried to find someone in the corner. Only a Montreal player there to break up the play, but Montreal unable to set anything up in the Wild zone. I don't even think they have a shot on net. No, they don't. Now, the Wild only have one, but still. Yeah, but good luck, man. I hope you get the job. Hope you get an interview and the interview goes well. Or just they look at the resume and just go, we're just going to hire this guy on the spot. It was really, well, so the last one was only 10,000 seater. The one before, the big one was awesome. 27 seconds on the clock in the Montreal Canadiens. A nice pass through the neutral zone. They were able to tip it in and actually have some guys out back and almost set someone up in the center. Wild actually having to show a pretty big effort defending here, and they able to get the puck back left side through the neutral zone. And Boldy's going to send it around the boards. Johansson had it there for a second on the half wall, but got his pocket picked. Suzuki has it. Nice job moving the puck by the Canadiens. Blue line, and that's picked away by the Wild. Johansson has it on the right side. Eck in deep. Eck fighting for it. Johansson unable to get it again. Yeah, Johansson getting manhandled in this one. Very nice, very nice. We're going to have the interview number 2. I didn't like that movie when it first came out. I just think there was like too much hype behind it and it didn't like reach the hype. But I rewatched it like a year ago and I was like, you know what? This is better than I remember. New Jersey scored 3-2. You excited for the Four Nations, Andrew? Four minutes and 6 seconds. Montreal has it. Sends it back to the blue line. Montreal right side. Montreal, the shot. Oh, and it was looking for a tip down the slot. Montreal, they were able to get it back behind the Wild net. Have it at the blue line. It's the first time Montreal have been able to set up here and actually test Philip Gustafsson and the Wild on pure defense. Montreal able to get the puck back. They send it in pass right to the center. That was broken up. Gustafson sends that to the right. Look, I'm not a big Montreal fan, but there's a few players on the team that I absolutely love watching. Oh, beautiful spinorama attempt there by Kaprizov. That was a one-man show into the Montreal zone. But I love Alex Newhook, played for the Victoria Grizzlies of the BCHL. Absolutely dominated for them the 2 years he was there. Elected not to go to the QMJHL and go to the better league. That is right, the BCHL, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
That shit beautiful than a motherfucker.
Won a cup with the Avs his first year. And now with the Montreal Canadiens. Nice, Andrew. That's going to be fun. Huzinadinov right side. Huzinadinov able to fight his way into the zone and able to at least make a pass there. Love watching Huzinadinov play in the Wild. Still have it. That's on Huzinadinov and a shot outside the circles. And a nice save by Montembeault. And Montreal still gets it. That was because Huzinadinov kept that puck in that the Wild were able to get an opportunity there. Yeah, Andrew, you're one of them Canadian snowbirds. Either go to Arizona or Naples, right? I've never been to Florida, but I might go do some work there in the new year. Definitely next year. And the Montreal Canadiens tip that back in, and we're going to have a face-off. Yeah, I mean, like, Gallagher's another guy, Vancouver boy. Blood, sweat, and tears for when the Montreal Canadiens, when they were like good, and then bad again. Close one. 12:21 on the clock. This first period is flying by. We're almost halfway through it. Only one shot on net apiece. And the Montreal Canadiens win the faceoff. No special teams just yet either. Interesting flow to this game. Middleton sends it around. Foligno trying to get it over the blue line. The Wild send it back to Hartman. Hartman's able to get it in, and a shot from the Wild. Nice save by Montembeault. Canadiens send it up the right boards. Canadiens have it, right side, send it into the Wild zone, and then pass the center, and a beautiful save by Gustafson. Montreal still fighting for it here. And the puck bounces up high, and it's still in play, and the Wild will whack that thing outside of their zone. Man, they cannot allow opportunities like that to transpire for the Montreal Canadiens. My goodness, Gustafson had to make an incredible save there in the slot. Again, smash that like button if you haven't already, guys. Ring that bell for notifications so you never miss an upload, and subscribe to the channel. Spurgeons, left side, neutral zone. They dump it in. First line up, or our second line's out there. Johansson actually able to keep this puck in. Great job by the defenseman for absolutely laying out that Canadiens player at the blue line. Canadiens will have it in the Wild zone. Great job by Eric Sinek poking that puck away in the Wild, now in the Montreal zone. Back and forth, but Boldy retreats and he loses it. I'll say this Montreal Canadiens team, they're fast. They're fast. 8 watching, 10 likes. Smash that like button, guys. Let's try to get to 20 likes on the video. Let's try to get 20 likes on the video. I haven't, Tank. I haven't. How is it? Or has it dropped yet? 3 shots for the Wild, 2 for les Canadiens. And we're going to have offside, I believe, by the Montreal Canadiens. Yeah, Faber had a nice chance to show in the replay here. Oh my goodness, yep. It was a big rebound by Montembeault and unable to get a nice shot on that rebound. Who was that? Foligno? Face-off won by the Montreal Canadiens. They've been winning quite a bit of face-offs. Apparently it's a big return to form for the band. Would recommend checking it out. They're all pop legends. Hell yeah, I listened to quite a few of their songs when I was younger. I think I own one of their albums, but I couldn't tell you the name of it. I wasn't like the biggest fan, but I liked everything I heard. Couldn't listen to them all growing up, but 9:49 seconds on the clock, but I'll definitely check it out. Wild have it. Kaprizov. Faber unable to control that puck, but he gets it in deep. But Montreal gains possession. Montreal flicks it up in the air through the neutral zone, chasing after it. They're onside, but the Wild easily get the puck back. They're going to reset. We're going to have a change. Chisholm. Right side. Through center. Montreal picks their pocket, but the Wild able to get it back in the neutral zone. And they send it in deep. Hey, what's up, Urban? How we doing, buddy? It's been back and forth. I'd say the first half, the first half, the Wild are doing their thing, breaking up the play from Montreal in their own zone, and honestly, they're still doing a pretty good job of that. But Montreal has had some good opportunities. They had one chance where they were able to cycle the puck well, and they had one blatant pass right to the center slot, which Gustafson bailed them out. So I would say it's pretty back and forth. Wild started off strong, but Montreal's looking pretty good right now. Montreal unable to get a clear shot, but still have possession. But I would say it's so far the Wild are playing, the same type of game that's brought them success thus far. But Montreal is quick, and every time the Wild make a mistake, Montreal has been on them. I like Disturb Metallica and Death Grips. Slipknot's cool though. I like Megadeth as far as thrash. .758 seconds. Wild send that in deep. They're going to chase. And Hartman has it in the corner. Nice pass. Oh, broken up. See, Montreal's been on it. They look hungry in this game. Nice pass by the Canadiens. And, is that offside? Damn. We're going to have a TV timeout 7:45 on the clock. Yeah, no, totally. Montreal hasn't been able to put it together well thus far coming out of the gate. Like, they're not that great. But there's like flashes of solid players. I mean, look at the Sharks. And I was talking about this with Hoppy actually earlier today. Like, look at the Sharks. Like, Macklin Celebrini was an absolute savage and was so good, and the rest of the team was kind of like, man. Well, tonight Suzuki's been pretty good. Gallagher's been pretty good. There's definitely really good players on the Canadiens team, but just they haven't been able to put it together. And it's interesting because they're still rebuilding and kind of like not necessarily need to pop this year. Like, they're by no means going to make the playoffs, but they should show some improvements. Shout out to Judas Priest. More of an early Maiden guy than Judas Priest, but I do like Judas Priest. I had a guy I worked with who he would listen to every single day 2 Judas Priest albums. He let me play DJ the rest of the day though. All right, so the Canadiens, only 1 shot on net. Minnesota Wild 3. Here's a quick look at the lineups here: Suzuki, Slavkovsky, Doc, and Matheson, Gooley on the back in there for the Canadiens. Same here, Merrill and Spurgeon. And Chisholm and Bogosian. So Berdeen's out of the lineup. As for the Canadiens, we got Caulfield, Evans, Newhook on the second line. I don't mind that second line, actually. I don't mind that second line for them. Savard's still a solid player. Dvorak I thought Dvorak was going to be something, And so upper body injury from Jonas Brodin. Day to day, though. Man, you wonder how that's going to affect, his chances to make the Four Nations. But at this point, shoot, if he's going to be playing injured, I'd rather him just heal during the break. Lauko, Kuznetsov, Trennan. I've liked how that fourth line has been playing. And honestly, Foligno, Goudreau, and Hartman have been playing well, too. They've been a good team, man. They just got to stay focused here, not get frazzled, not get thrown off by Montreal pouncing on all their opportunities when they have some gas in the tank here in this first period. Wild have it, left side, first line, passing the puck well, but that's broken up by the Canadiens. You're watching football. CFL? It's Thursday. Oh, I guess Thursday night football, yeah. I guess the only nights the NFL don't have is Saturday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Oh! Shot by Faber, blocked by a Wild player, and he's still down. Who was that? Oh, Zuccarello blocked Faber's shot, and he's in a lot of discomfort right now, and they had to whistle a play down. His right. Oh, man. So, wrist shot. Where did this hit? Did this... side of the knee. No, that's not good. And Zuccarello down the tunnel. Shit. Well, the line shuffles begin, ladies and gentlemen. The line shuffles begin with Zuccarello going down the tunnel to be looked at. Hopefully just a stinger. But man, that's not good. That's not good. 7 minutes and 8 seconds on the clock. And it sucks even more when it's your own player. Right? And that was just a wrister too. So the fact that he's in so much discomfort, it must have hit a spot that was like, and obviously Faber must just shoot that hard. All right, here we go. We get a face-off at center. 7 minutes and 4 seconds on the clock. Puck back in the Montreal zone. Wild have it. They pass back to the blue line. No, trying to find someone in the slot there. Nobody there. Montreal. Little dump and chase. Montreal able to get possession. Trying to send it to center again. They've ran that play twice now. Wild have it. See you later, Andrew. Thank you so much for joining. Boldy. Center. Eriksson Ek. Unable to get a shot, but a rebound. Wild send it back to the blue line. And a nice block on the way to the net. Eriksson Ek, good job breaking up that pass, and the Wild continue to hold possession. Faber with it. Faber goes for the change. Both teams, full line change. 6 minutes on the clock. We'll keep you guys updated on Zuccarello's condition too. By the way, we're bringing on Seth Topol of Locked on Wild. He is back to join us for intermission to talk about this first period. Takeaways. We'll take your guys' comments as well. So any questions for Seth, let us know as well. And don't forget to check out his channel, Locked on Wild. Wild, good job to not allowing Montreal to enter their zone, and they dump and chase. And Huzdinov, nice hit up against the boards, unable to keep possession. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful hit by the defenseman, crushing the Canadian, separating him from the puck. Man, Trenton with a beautiful forecheck, and he sends the Canadian down as well. This line really mucking it up here. They regain possession. Big forecheck. They lose possession, but they were able to bring the puck into the Montreal zone. Montreal has to reset, though. Wild get a change. Montreal has it. Blue line. Montreal sends it back in deep. Bogosian sends it back to Boldy. Boldy, right side. Boldy up through the neutral zone. Can they get a tip? Can they get a tip? And that's going to be offside. He did find Kaprizov, and it was a long pass. But unfortunately, that's offside. 5 minutes and 3 seconds on the clock. We're going to a TV timeout. Not enough shots by either of these guys. Let's be perfectly honest. I mean, the Wild have 4 shots. The Canadians 1. And there's 6 minutes left in the first period. So not a lot of shots. Both teams playing good defense. I think that the Canadians are pouncing on opportunities more. Sorry if we froze there for a sec. But yeah, I mean, pretty defensive game, neutral zone battle. I think Montreal has had the better cycle in the offensive zone. I think Gustafsson has been the one who's been tested really with the biggest, most dangerous shot and opportunity in this game so far. However, Montembeault was tested early in the first 5 to 10 minutes, but still. 0 game goal. Let's go, baby. So we'll see. But anyways, there's not too many takeaways from this first period. Montreal, they got the speed as well. And no special teams yet. Now watch, I'm going to write this down. No penalties. We got 6 minutes of the first period left, and I mean, the sport's crazy. We could see like 2 goals before this all ends, but anyways. So Brodin and Spurgeon playing together with Spurgeon being out. Or sorry, with Brodin being out. I mean, I was saying with Brett on the Wildly Informed, I don't want to see any obviously injuries on the back end, but the Wild, they have bodies, they have options, and they have Damon Hunt also that they can call up, right? So there are options. They do have some depth to face like 1 injury on the back end, 2 max. Penalty kick time. 5 minutes and 2 seconds on the clock. Face off, they're going to redo it. And Montreal Canadiens win the face-off. Canadiens try to get that puck through the neutral zone. They lose it. Wild make it pass. That's broken up. Wild's defense have it. Send it up the left side. And a nice takeaway by the Canadiens. Wild get possession back in their zone. Wild tried to play it up the wall. They tried to get it to Boldy, and that's going to go out of play. We're going to have another face-off. And, of course, we're going to have a choppy final, like, 4 minutes or so. Again, smash that like button if you haven't already. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Subscribe. We do multiple watch parties like this covering Minnesota. And whoever they play, play-by-play, commentary, the whole 9 yards. I have the rest of the November games that we're going to be covering already up on the channel. We'll have all of December coming up soon. Montreal wins the face-off in Montreal. The shot. That doesn't get through. Montreal loses possession. So Canada's team, the Minnesota Wild. Hardly. I would say the Canadiens, definitely more of Canada's team than the Wild, but Don Cherry approves. He likes the Wild. I mean, all Canadian teams are kind of big market teams, except for Senators. Sorry, Senators fans. Minnesota's a pretty big hockey market here. Dayo. 4 minutes and 16 seconds and a face-off won by Freddie Gaudreau. Freddie Gaudreau can just do no wrong this year, man. And there's a shot that doesn't even get through from the back end. Wild still have it in their zone. Wild send it in deep. Whoever each likes most is instantly Canada's team. Well, I root again. I'm one of those Canadians who, like, just because there's teams in Canada, they're full of international players, you know. Just because they're located in Canada doesn't mean I have to root for them. I really don't care that a Canadian team hasn't won the Stanley Cup since 93. I could care less about that. Now, are there some Canadian teams that I like? Yeah, I like rooting for the Jets, Calgary, obviously the Canucks, like my favorite team, but hell yeah. Someone say deep. There's a deep show coming up next month. We got Rising this weekend, and I think in a couple weeks there's deep, and then there's a little bit of a lull to the New Year's show. Another TV timeout here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know your takeaways as well in the intermission or now. Comment-driven live stream, so get your comments in the live chat. Seth Topol of Locked On Wild will be joining us during the intermission. He'll give us his thoughts on this first period. Again, not much to talk about, guys. Not a lot of shots. No penalties yet. Montreal does have, I don't even want to say like the speed advantage, but they've been quick and they've pounced on opportunities. They've been able to move the puck well in the Wild zone when the Wild were unable to break up the play. But other than that, not much. I mean, Gustafsson making some really good saves. So, I mean, he's been so good this year, which is crazy. Okay, get this. Riddle me this. 2 weeks ago, ESPN posted their projected Four Nations team rosters. And for Sweden, Wallstad was the projected third over Gustafsson. How? Gustafsson had better numbers 2 weeks ago than he does right now. That's too long, man. I don't know if you can make it that far without a fix. I know. We'll see. We'll see. Hey, look at Martin St. Louis. What an absolute beauty. Absolute beauty. Legends. In the last 6, oh my God, in the last 17 meetings between these two teams, the Wild are 16-1.
That shit beautiful than a motherfucker.
Damn. Familial ties, no doubt. 3 minutes, 54 seconds. Johansson wins the faceoff, but Montreal regains possession. 3 minutes and 44 seconds. Wild have it right side. Kaprizov gets knocked off the puck. Crowd wanting, and Matheson, he plays hard. He's tough to check. Where he body slammed friggin' Elias Pettersson in Pettersson's rookie season. 3 minutes and 23 seconds. But the lines are going to be scrambled here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and a nice play there by the Canadiens. A little spinorama on the entry there. They go back to the blue line. They set up left side. Anderson able to bring that not quite to the net, but almost there. Good defense by the Wild. Wild have it. They're going to finish their change. Boldy forechecks. Boldy almost picked the pocket of the Canadiens. Wild complete their change. 2 minutes and 53 seconds on the clock. Wild leading in shots. Canadiens officially only have one shot on net, and it was a really, really good opportunity. Pass right to the slot. Nobody there, and Gustin forced to make a save. Mano a mano. Icing here by the Wild. Oh, Kaprizov didn't like the Matheson throwing him down. I mean, I don't know. That's just some hard hockey. Matheson, he's tough, man. He's tough when he was with Florida. Like I said, I watched a lot of, I don't know why I watched a lot of in Florida. Maybe it's just because I just remember being a pest that season. And the Wild win the faceoff to the right of Gustafsson. Wild are able to bring that out of their zone. Poor Capri-Sun. There's actually an alcoholic drink that we made. A toast to Capri-Sun. Russian vodka and Capri-Sun, baby. This is the Capri-Sun with the K. Montreal able to bully their way into the Wild zone, but unable to keep possession. Nice pass up the right side to, I don't even know who's Nadinov. The lines are scrambled here, ladies and gentlemen, so bear with me. Chisholm able to dump that puck back in right on the blue line. Wild getting a change. Montreal with speed. Yes. Wild defending here, and that finds its way to Philip Gustafsson. Nice shot by the Montreal Canadiens there. Beautiful, beautiful job moving the puck. It was interesting. The defender on the left side crept into the circle. Nobody really noticed him on the Wild side, or they kind of just posted up at the circle waiting for them. But it was such a quick pass that he was able to get it, let it off, find that. And it's Hudson. Yeah, it was off the stick of Hudson. He was able to find that lane and get it right on Philip Gustafsson. So 2 really good saves by Philip Gustafsson early. 1 minute 39 seconds. Wild win the faceoff. Left side, Wild send that puck into the neutral zone. Onside, Wild have it. They're going to get a shot. No, that's not a great opportunity. Just leaving it for your man skating right by him. But the Wild still have it. Right side. They send to the circle. Broken up by Montreal. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
And Hudson again leading the rush and unable to get a clean shot off there. Foligno just knocked off the puck. I haven't seen a recent one. I don't know which one you're talking about. No. Tag me if you guys have Twitter, by the way. Tag me on Twitter at VI Sports Talk. In any hockey highlights, any time of the day. I'll give you a shout out and we'll talk about them also on the show. And if they're in minor leagues, I can actually show the highlights. NHL can't, so sorry. So Gustafsson. This is Gus the Bus. But Swedish as fuck. 30 seconds on the clock in the first round. First period. Damn. It always happens. I always let one slip. Just got posted by Micheletti. Okay, I'll check it out. 19 seconds on the clock and Rossi offside. Micheletti is the sharing machine on Twitter. Like, I'm pretty sure. Okay, let's see. Good old Jamie Benn, good old Vancouver boy. Oh yeah. I mean, I could see why that people don't like that one. 4 seconds on the clock here. They're gonna get one more shot. Can they get a pass right for the net? And a little too late. That is it for the first period. If it was a second after Urban, dirty as hell. If it was a second before, good hit. It's kind of in that like right, even you could say half second. It's in that like area where it's like he knew what he was doing. He just didn't want it to look that way. But I mean, he's had his moments of playing pretty dirty. That is Jamie Benn. You know what's crazy? I worked for the junior B team that he played for one season, and his brother, who Jordy's retired now, a cup of coffee at the Wild. Yeah, he played there for two seasons, I think. So that was pretty cool. Really fun organization to work with, even though they're junior B. It was great, man. It was great. All right. End of the first period. Like I said, Seth Topo will join us during this intermission to talk about any takeaways of his. But I want to hear from you guys. What are your key takeaways from that first period? For me, I mean, obviously not a lot of shots. The Montreal Canadiens in their 2 shots, great opportunities. Really good opportunities. Shout out to Gustin having to stay sharp. And sometimes it's hard if goalies aren't staying warm or fresh throughout a game. I mean, you're standing there on ice. Obviously, he's had to stay sharp at times because the Montreal Canadiens have been able to move the puck well and they have gotten shots off, but the Wild have done a good job of blocking them. The Wild have done a good job of flooding lanes and obviously doing what they've done best all season, that is picking the pocket of their opponent or making it very, very difficult for them to enter their zone. Montreal, though, they're a young, quick team, ladies and gentlemen. They're a young, quick team. Let's just quickly take a gander. And I know Cole Caulfield's on an absolute run right now. Nick Suzuki, absolute beauty. Yeah, Nick Suzuki, 17 points in 16 games. Cole Caulfield, 12 goals in 16 games, 13 points. He's got 1 assist, bro. Cole Caulfield's on an absolute tear right now. Slavkovsky, he's playing well, 10 assists. So Slavkovsky just setting up Cole Caulfield all day, every day. And it's crazy. Freaking Mike Matheson with 10 assists. That's crazy. I didn't realize Mike Matheson was actually getting points up. And I mean, I think he had a career high. Bro, Mike Matheson I knew he did well with the Canadiens last year. I didn't know he had 62 points last year. I thought he had like 30 or 40. You know what? Shout out to Mike Matheson. I thought he was still in that like 25 to like 30 point range like he was in Florida. Bro, he plays hard as well and he can put up points like that. Damn. He had 11 goals last. What? My mind is blown, ladies and gentlemen. My mind is blown. Gallagher's still playing. I mean, look, they're producing, but you can see where there's some holes. And unfortunately, Alex Newhook with only 4 goals in 16 games. Obviously, hope that he picks it up here. He had a really good rookie season. You know, mind you, with the Colorado Avalanche, they're a little insulated then. 30 points, 14 goals in 82 games, 34 points this first year with the Canadiens. Only 4 right now. But again, they're not winning games, man. They're not winning games. The last year was 9.5 AAV2. This definitely took 20 minutes away from my life. But he what? Wow. Yeah, right? That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyways, I have my notes here. I have my key takeaways. Let me know yours in the live chat. We're going to take a quick break. Quick word from our friends at 9 Mile Brewing. Then we'll bring on Seth Topol, your friend of mine of Locked On Wild, and we will dive into this first period. All that and more on the other side. And don't forget to join Seth Topol for his post-game shows as well, and I'll get him to talk about that too. Back here after this quick break.
People are like, you're making a hef now? It's like last year, I'm like, yeah, that one's called the 11th hour. It's kind of just a cheeky play on that. We kind of release it later than most people towards the end of the summer. I wanted to kind of be in there in that cusp between summer and fall, and now with summers lasting longer and longer these days, and we're in September and it's 80s, it's still a viable option.
Central Division team that I love to love, the Nashville Predators, of course. And we are back live with Seth Topol of Locked On Wild here to discuss, I mean, not really a lot, but whatever takeaways we gathered from that first period. I mean, dude, only 5 shots on net from both teams. 6. Montreal with the late one there. I will say both shots from the Montreal Canadiens, good opportunities, great saves by Philip Gustafsson. But before I get into my takeaways again here, what were yours from the first period? Kind of a weird one. It's just kind of like back and forth with the flow, but both these teams playing pretty good defensively.
Yeah, it felt like the Wild definitely held the puck more than the Canadiens did. Canadiens probably had the better of the chances, like you said, but this is just kind of same old for the Wild, where the defense just makes it really tough on the opponent to get quality looks. And expected goals against in the first period for the Canadiens of 0.15. So pretty tight, pretty tiny in terms of what Montreal was able to generate. The Wild's expected goals in that first period was 0.349. That kind of tells the tale. I'm, I guess, a little surprised that the Canadiens are playing as good a defense as they have been, just making it tough for the Wilds.
They've been moving their feet, man. They're speedy. And then what I've said throughout the whole first period is whenever the Wild make a mistake, they pounced on that opportunity.
Yep. And it's weird because the Wilds, the reason that the Wild weren't able to generate much, I think, had more to do with the line juggling that they had to do after Matt Zuccarello got injured and Jules
he took it on the side of his knee?
No, he got that one.
Ankle?
He got that one in the seeds, man. He took that one right in the seeds.
No, I thought it was inside of the knee.
No,
oh my God, that's even worse.
Yep. He took that straight in the beanbag. So that's
this is a serious question. So to the chat here, do they wear steel cups in hockey?
I hope so. Because
like, serious question, because a lot of like boxers and the combat sports athletes do now. Anyone in the chat, let me know, because I mean, I would. Now, I wouldn't wear a visor or a bubble, but I'd wear. I'm just kidding. But I'd certainly wear a steel cup. It says Googling right now. Do NHL players wear
hockey players are a weird breed, man. They I
didn't realize it was that bad.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to Joel Eriksson Ek, though. I don't know what prompted him leaving the game, but
he left the game late, though. Was it like 5 minutes?
Those are out.
Like, what's going on right now?
Yeah, those are a couple of key pieces, and so we saw for a while Kaprizov, Boldy at center, and Johansson on the other wing, just because of, you're missing 2 top 6 pieces. So a lot of juggling, but I think, Kirill is buzzing, and you love to see that continue. It's just a matter of the Wild doing what they have done all season and just continuing to push, continuing to fight. I don't think this Montreal defense is going to be able to keep up or keep going like they have. And I have way more faith in the Wild defense being able to limit Montreal than I do Montreal being able to limit the Wild.
Yeah, well, And maybe the fact that Montreal has been noticeably able to take advantage of some opportunities that, on other nights, I would say, like the Wild wouldn't have let that happen. I mean, Brodin is a key part of that lineup.
Yep.
Him and Spurgeon have been so good together, and then it's allowed the Wild to have Middleton with Faber, which have been so good together. Then I think overall Bogosian has been fine.
Yeah.
And especially with a guy who's had like a rotating cast of either Chisholm, Merrill, or, cup of coffee, but like, and maybe eventually Damon Hunt too. Knock on wood, that we don't have to go there due to injury, and hopefully he just gets rewarded with the game. But, and I was saying this on the Wildly Informed show yesterday with Brett, like the Wild are somewhat deep at defense. Like they have bodies who have been getting some time, who've been in and out of the mix depending on the matchup, depending on the game, right? So they have options in Chisholm, they have options in Merrill, they have options in Damon Hunt if someone goes down. And so far, so good here tonight. Do I think they should have gotten more shots on net? Do I think they should be able to move the puck better than the Canadiens in their own zone? Because honestly, it feels like the Canadiens had more shots, but the Wild were doing a great job of crowding those shooting lanes, blocking, picking their pocket. But the Canadiens have set up and moved the puck and actually been a little bit more of a threat than the Wild have.
Yeah, and it feels like I think we're seeing a bit of a trend with this Minnesota Wild team over the last few games where they are really starting to try to set up like high-level shots, like perfect type shots, as opposed to just attacking and crashing the net. So we did see a little bit of that. There were a couple of instances where Wild players came into the zone and their first look is back as opposed to, trying to crash the net. And so I think the message from John Hines probably at the break is, we got to just keep the fight going, guys. We shut them down for the most part in the first period. Now let's go on the attack.
Well, only 2 shots. They shut them down pretty well.
And it's crazy too. You look at these defensive pairings for the Minnesota Wild. They mentioned it in the broadcast that Brodin, Spurgeon, and Middleton Faber are the top 2 in terms of expected goals percentage. But you look at expected goals against per 60 minutes. Brodin and Spurgeon's number 1. I think it's Chisholm and Merrill was number 3 in the entire NHL.
It wasn't. It was pretty small samples. I'm pretty.
Yeah,
sure.
It's not a ton of minutes, but it does go to show you that that top 4 is playing really, really well. But that third pairing really has not been an issue like it has been in years past. They've been doing their jobs, and they're not a weakness at this point. Like they're not something that the other teams are looking to exploit. It is a small amount of minutes, but still, it's encouraging.
Estimated in years past, where now they lose 1 body back there. Okay, you can manage 2. Okay, you got your 2 extra guys in there. If you lose another one, then that's where it's slim pickings, right?
Yeah, it's like
and
all right.
Thank goodness Brodin's day to day.
Yeah.
Not sure how this affects his chances of making the 4 Nations team, and maybe if he is dealing with something, it benefits the Wild even more. For fans here, him sitting out, taking the break, recovering, and then coming back strong. Because quite frankly, they need him.
Yeah, they 100%.
They need him and Spurgeon to be buzzing.
100% are going to need both of those guys if they're going to go on any sort of a deep run. And from the sounds of it, there's hope that Brodin can play on Saturday, but we've seen this from this team before. Is the injuries kind of get downplayed, and then all of a sudden you look up and somebody's missed 3 weeks. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully this isn't something long term for Brodin, because that would be a big blow. That'd be a big blow for this team, and we really hadn't had any sort of like hold us back types of injuries yet this season. But now this could potentially be one if he misses a bunch of time.
I see Z retweeted and screenshot a tweet of yours.
Ouchtown population, you bro.
Oof, I'm gonna share that on screen right now.
Yeah, that I audibly made a noise when they when they
I
showed
thought it was his knee because I have the volume down, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't want it coming through here. And I just refreshed my broadcast, so it was just on it wasn't full screen, and it was like I was in the midst of doing that and calling it, and then I was just like, oh, the way like he went down, because just from the angle, he just kind of like there's a guy in front of him and he like bunches down. Yeah. Oh my god, the fact they needed help, like almost help. Oh my god, dude.
No, and LaPanta did the same thing. He was like, I thought it got him in the knee, and Wes Walls is like, no, it did not. So hopefully he's able to hop back out there. But low key, interesting dynamic for that. Matt Boldy 1C.
Is that yeah? We could see we're gonna see a blender of lines for the rest of the game. I think.
Yep, we're gonna see a lot of Kaprizov and Boldy,
depending on who's playing together.
It's going to be like extra shifting Kaprizov on a couple of lines and Boldy on the other two. Yeah. Like I think that's what we'll see Hines do. But
Freddie Gaudreau, I hope they elevate. He's been playing so good this season.
He deserves it.
Freddie Gaudreau can do no wrong this season. By the way, guys, like not a lot of minutes here tonight, but has played well from what I've seen.
Well, and I think he has started to he settled into I think what's more of a natural role, but he's contributing to what has been a really good third line so far this year, and he's winning faceoffs at over a 50% clip, and so he's doing his role, and his bounce back this year has been massive, and I think it really underscores just how hurt he was last year. After that Ryan Reeves hit, he's 4 of 5 in the faceoff circle so far tonight.
Yeah, he's 5 minutes. Kaprizov leading out with 6:21, but other than that, it's kind of the same old. It'll be interesting to see after the second period how the minutes shake out to be. Who's Nadinov, by the way?
I think Freddie's going to score a goal tonight. I'm feeling it.
You know what? Me too. I'm feeling it too. Who's Nadinov, by the way, had a really nice play early in the game where he basically fought with the bigger guy in the corner and single-handedly was able to keep that puck fluttering, send it back to a man, and they reset around the net. Yep. And eventually they lost possession, but it was a hard-fought battle. I know sometimes he's a little undersized, so sometimes he'll lose those battles. I mean, sometimes Rossi does the same, but no, that was a really important play. There's just no one. I mean, I hope he continues to play to a point where they have to elevate him, and he just does these things against the better matchups with some talent, because there's sometimes too where he's looking for a guy and he'll set up a play and it's just there's no one there because in fairness they're mucking it up in the corner trying to create space some other way.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of his signature play, is sneaking up behind somebody with the puck in the corner and just straight up taking it from them.
Yeah,
that's his bread and butter. And again, all these guys, John Hines just looks at everything that these guys do, and there are so many players, and this is why it's such an interesting dynamic to just really, really watch games, because there's so much that happens that goes beyond shots on goal. Points. Yeah. There just is so much that has to happen in order for a goal to be scored. These guys are doing a lot of the right things. It's just we're just getting a good example of how honestly kind of random the sport of hockey is.
Well, yeah, and hey, you're playing a young, fast team. You're gonna have to go for a freaking skate, bud, as they say up north. All right, Seth, thank you so much for joining. We'll bring you back on at the second intermission.
You got it. We'll be back.
Right. Thanks, Seth. Seth Topo, ladies and gentlemen, of Locked On Wild. Go check out the podcast wherever you get your podcast from. Go check out his YouTube channel as well, and he'll be back to talk more about this game and the second period in the next intermission. But podcast dropped, ladies and gentlemen, so let's get to the second period. Montreal have it in the Wild zone. Montreal, blue line. Matheson unable to. Oh, he is able to get that through, and Gustafson hangs on to that one. Again, Gustafson only faced, like Seth and I were just talking about, only faced 2 shots on goal last period, but has had to stay sharp nonetheless, because Canadians have been doing a good job of moving the puck anyways. Maybe not getting a lot of opportunities through, but they have been doing a good job of moving the puck in the Wild zone. 1937. Montreal winning that one. Left side, Montreal shot. Blocked. Wild again. Plugging up that shooting lane. We have our first penalty. And it's going to be against Marco Rossi for what? Did I not miss? We had set Topol on talking about the game. Marco Rossi. First penalty of the game, and he's... Yeah, that's a trip. That's a trip right in front of Gustafsson. And the Wild's penalty kill is going to be tested. Which, honestly, the penalty kills played a lot better this last week, so... Let's see, Montreal, though. They'll get an opportunity to take the lead here, and they have some nasty players. I imagine Caulfield's been scoring like motherfucker here on this power play as well. Canadiens win the faceoff. Canadiens with a shot. That's deflected. Canadiens keep the puck in the zone. Wild tried to get it out, and Wild poke that puck out into the neutral zone. Great job by Minnesota forcing that puck into the Montreal zone, forcing them to reset. Who's Nadinov at center? Caulfield has it in the corner being pressured, sends it back to the blue line. Back to Caulfield on the left side. Back to the blue line for Montreal. Montreal, right side. Matheson. I still cannot believe Matheson had 60 points last year, bro. Like, where did that come from? We're taking the league, all right. Caulfield. Back to Caulfield. Blue line shot. Gustafsson with a beautiful save, and the Wild have it neutral zone. They're going to try to kill some time off this clock. In the side wall is Lauko. Good job by Lauko. Caulfield has it. Lauko, I mean, shave some time, a lot of time off the clock there. Again, if you're watching on Twitter/X, come over to YouTube, join our live chat here. 18 minutes on the clock in the second period, 32 seconds on the clock on the power play for the Canadiens. Canadiens haven't really had a chance to set up too many good plays here. I would say one dangerous chance, one chance. Let's see if they can get one more here. Circle, right side, moving the puck well. Hudson on the line, sends it to Caulfield. Caulfield, a shot! Oh, it was Armia, my bad. Armia with a shot. And Gustafsson going to save that one. Joel Armia with the shot left side, and that will be 7 seconds on the clock. 17:35. Wild changing things up. Yeah, Gustafsson easy to track here on this one, and that puck goes right to the crest. 17:35, 7 seconds left in power play for the Canadiens. Wild win the faceoff. They're going to ring that down the ice, and great job by the PK. Great job by the PK. And here we go. Wild right side. Boldy with it. Boldy looking for someone. Kaprizov there. Center. Shot. Save by Montembeault. And he's going to cover this one up, but we're going to give a face-off in the Wild zone. He was waiting for somebody. And shout out to Jason King, by the way. Assistant coach for the Wild. 17:11 on the clock. Rossi back out there with the first. Okay, so the top line's here. We got Boldy, Rossi, Kaprizov. Rossi winning the faceoff. Kaprizov unable to battle to retrieve it there on the right side, but they keep possession. Bouncing puck, no one able to get it. Wild have it in the neutral zone. Wild send it up the left side. Kaprizov able to touch it. Rossi skating in deep. Boldy unable to hold on to it. Rossi able to keep it in at the blue line. Boldy, I mean, he's unable to control the puck there, but Boldy chasing after it here. Wild unable to get anything going as far as setting up in the offensive zone. Montreal picks it apart. Montreal now entering the Wild zone. Montreal left side. Montreal too much ice to work right here. Caulfield with a shot outside the circle, off its mark. Montreal still has it in the zone. Wild are unable to take it out. And there we go. Boldy whacks at it. Boldy has it. Boldy with a shot right on the blue line of the Montreal zone, and the Wild are going to get a change. Montreal sends it in. They fight for it in the corner. 2-on-2. Montreal fumbles it, and that's going to fall all the way back into their own zone. 15:47. Montreal regains the puck. Neutral zone. They're just going to dump it. 15:34 seconds. Battling for the puck behind Gustafsson. Wild retrieve it. Wild coming up the right side. They send it back center. Johansson with a draw pass and a nice shot by Foligno. Okay, the Wild getting some shots in here. Montreal now 5. Wild 6. I mean, some of those shots came on the power play as well for the Canadiens, but more shooting chances being shown by both these guys right now. 15:22 on the clock. And nice face-off win by the Wild. They're unable to get a shot off. Montreal with it. Sends it up the left side. Wild send it right back in the Montreal zone. Penalty replacement looking good. The penalty kill. The penalty kill looked good. They killed it off. We're back 5-on-5. Shot 7-5 in favor of the Minnesota Wild. But Zuccarello, after taking that puck in the dick, so I thought he blocked the shot with the knee in the first period, Hank. He actually hit him right in the balls. And I seriously asked the chat, like, do hockey players wear steel cups? No one I knew growing up had a steel cup, but going all the way into the locker room is bad. So they've had to shuffle up the lines here. Wild with it. Faber shot doesn't get through. Wild still have it. Boldy sends it back to Faber. Faber to Boldy. Nice little spinorama move by Boldy. Boldy. No one on the back end there. Send it back to. Oh wait, never mind. But Kaprizov loses it. People forget, man, Steel Cups changed the game of hockey. Kaprizov in his own zone. Passing through the neutral zone. They bring it into the Canadiens' side of the ice, ringing around the net. Kaprizov has it back to the blue line. Shot. Kaprizov unable to tip it in. Kaprizov tried to find someone at center. Nobody there, and that puck's going to trickle all the way down the ice. Spurgeon tries to send it to Chisholm there. Canadiens battling for good forecheck here by the Canadiens. The Canadiens actually get it back. Canadiens have it right side, right at the top of the circle. Shot. Not sure if that hit Gustafsson, but Canadiens have it still. Blue line now. They set up. Shot from the blue line. That went all the way through. Nice save by Gustafsson. Trennan with it. Is he trying to get a change? Or regardless, even if his line's going for the change, he forechecks and actually gets a hit there. But in textbook Trennan fashion, puck trickles away. He finishes his hit. Goes right back down to the bench. Newhook, good job bringing that puck in. And there's a shot deflected by Montreal Canadien, blocked by his own teammate there. Not as bad as the Zuccarello one. Okay, Trennan was still out there on the ice. We got that third line out there, so he didn't even skate to the bench after. Able to get the puck out and clog up the neutral zone for a little bit there with the Wild, but Montreal brings that puck right back into the Wild zone. They're battling behind the net. Montreal has it at the blue line. Montreal straight shot through center and a nice save by Gustafsson. Montreal with it, battling in the corner. Montreal sends it cross ice. Montreal still has it. Oh, what a nasty move by Caulfield. Oh my God, he just flicked that puck above the stick. Oh my goodness of the defender. That was nasty, Caulfield. Unable to get that on net though, but that was a beautiful, beautiful move there to get that pass off. And both teams going to change. Damn, that was nice. Wild, we're unable to get a full change, so we have some tired Minnesota Wild players on the ice right now. 12 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock. Hudson with it. Man, he moves the puck well on the blue line. Caulfield. Shot didn't get through. Montreal still have it here. We got some tired Minnesota Wild players on the ice and a shot. Beautiful save by Gustafson. Wild still have, Montreal still has it here. Foligno just pushing and running over his man, and the Montreal Canadiens got the puck back there, but they had to take it out into the neutral zone. Wild finally able to send that puck the length of the ice, and no icing. Montreal gains possession again, sends it back in the Wild zone. I'm not sure if the Wild are able to get a full change yet here. I imagine, okay, they have. That's good. And Freddie Gaudreau back to Johansson. Johansson center shot and a save by Montembeault by Hartman. We got Freddie Gaudreau, Hartman, and Johansson out there. Actually, I do not mind that. I do not mind that for just a line shuffle right now. 11:09 on the clock, and what a push there by the Montreal Canadiens. Great push there by the Montreal Canadiens. They now lead in shots. Look at that. They had 2 shots in the first period. They now lead in shots 8, or I guess it's tied now, 8-8. They were unsuccessful on the penalty kill, or on the power play. Wild did a good job on the penalty kill. Face-offs pretty even. Or giveaways. Yeah, the Wild have been picking their pocket quite a bit, as we saw there. That first line just needs to set up, man. They've had some trouble doing that. If you haven't already, guys, smash that like button. Let's try to get to 20 likes on the video. Yo, what's up, Hockey from Home? Look at that. Look at Hockey from Home. Latest update on the beer dock. I'll DM them for flagships and everything. I'll get it to you by the new year. Also start collecting Tim Hortons NHL cards. Got a Flurry one today. Let's go. We have some Hockey from Home inspired merch on the City Life store coming soon, ladies and gentlemen. Peace. I'm out. She's back. Guess who's back? What's up, Hockey? What's up? I see you've been dropping videos on the channel. Keep up the good work. Shout out to St. Paul Steel. I know, I thought I was going to have to take the bars off the window, but shout out to St. Paul Steel. They don't actually sponsor this channel, but shout out to St. Paul Steel. Discord's fine. Thank you. All right. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Look at all the service. It's service dog puppy night here at the Minnesota Wild Suite. Oh my goodness. Oh, Kevin Gorg. Look at all these doges. Oh my God. See, this is the night Z needed to be here. Look at all the puppies. Oh, look at all these service dogs here, guys. That's super cool. Kevin Gore's just loving this right now. That was awesome. Faber with it. 11 minutes on the clock. Wild still have it in their own zone. Wild able to move the puck here. Nice little move. Freddie Gaudreau, man. Freddie Gaudreau cannot do any wrong. 10 minutes and 52 seconds. Sounds good, Hockey from Home. Wild try to bounce that puck out of their zone, and they do. They have possession as well, and Kaprizov with the pass in. Beautiful save by Montembeault. At that point, Kaprizov, I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but maybe just shoot the puck there. But a beautiful pass. Cross crease. Montembeault skating to his right. 5 more. Nice hockey. It's going to be quite the brew tour. Wild resetting in their own zone. Faber up the right side. Faber's going to play a lot tonight with no Brodin, by the way. And we're going to have a face-off as that puck trickled in offside. Oh, Oh, it was a beautiful. Oh, so the pass didn't even get through. God, Matheson broke that up. But yeah, so that left pad of Montembeault got so close to the puck there. I thought he kicked that one out. Man, again, when I guess last year was Matheson's breakout season because he's always been good. I didn't think he was this good though. What's up, Isaiah? Good to see you. Go Wild, go. Good to see you, Isaiah. Hope you're having a great night. Hope you've been having a great week. You excited for the Four Nations tournament, Isaiah? The Americans are actually a scary team. Americans and Sweden. Like, Canada always has some really good players. Goalie situation's a little scary right now. Honestly, they should just take Fleury, to be perfectly honest. Maybe I'll fight Binnington in the locker room, though. Who knows? But yeah, I think Sweden and the States are the two scariest teams, and then Canada and Finland at the end. Oh, nice hockey from home. Hope to get a Leafs player soon. 9 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock. Montreal fighting for it. Right board. And unable to get a shot on net were the Canadiens, and a Wild able to get that puck out. And a great job setting that puck in. Hartman forcing Montembeault to make a play and passing it up the left side. And it's only 1-on-3 for the Canadiens, and they're going to take this in offside. Waiting on that left side for backup. Came in a little bit late, and yeah, this is going to be offside. We're going to go to another TV timeout. 9 minutes and 24 seconds on the clock in this second period. Hell yeah, dude, you joined us last week. Thank you so much. You said you were going to be here for the Montreal game, so I'm glad to see you here. By the way, if anybody's watching on... Actually, there's a lot of people watching on Twitter and X. Come over to YouTube. Join our live chat here. Check out our YouTube channel. We post clips of our podcasts, original content, full podcasts, live streams every single day on the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Hope we'll get a Wild Caps or Vegas and Leafs player soon. Want to see the Fleury card? Is he in a Wild jersey? Why no ACA? Hockey, you don't even watch the channel anymore. I mean, we might do ACA. We might do nothing at all. I still have to film a Horizon preview hockey from home. Smash that like button if you haven't already, guys, and join us on our YouTube channel here. Like I said, videos every single day, full podcast episodes. We just interviewed Hoppy and Joe Smith. You guys know Joe Smith, Minnesota Wild beat writer for The Athletic. They just interviewed Jesper Wallstedt on Fellowship of the Rink. That episode dropped on the YouTube channel yesterday, and the same with the full podcast, so go check that out if you missed it. Wallstedt is such a beauty, ladies and gentlemen. It was an awesome interview and an awesome episode. Again, full episodes on the YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts from. Spotify, Apple Podcast, you name it. Halfway through this period thus far, honestly, my takeaway is PK looked great. Both teams getting more shots. But I like, honestly, Montreal's opportunity setting up more than that of the Wild so far. Montreal Canadiens have been moving the puck well in the first period and in this second period. They've been able to get a cycle going. They've been able to get some plays going, some movement going in the offensive zone, where the Wild have just, they'll get chances, but then get the puck broken up. Which email? And Montreal, they win the faceoff. Montreal whiffs on it. Good defense. I mean, Minnesota doing such a good job with the takeaways here, as that was reflected in the stats that we saw, and you can even see it on screen. I'll scroll down in a bit before the next whistle. And yeah, Eriksson Ek, by the way, went... yeah, Eriksson Ek's not back either. So yeah, this has turned out to be a challenge for the Wild here. Is without Brodin, lost Zuccarello and Ek mid-game. Nice. Have fun, Hank. Thank you so much for stopping by early, buddy. Appreciate it. We'll make a big hockey fan out of you by the end of the season. For sure. I'm getting one for sure. All right. We're going to have a icing call there. So as you can see, 4-1 take. It's got to be more than that. It's got to be more than that at this point. Maybe they're not counting like the stick checks if they don't have possession after. What game am I streaming next? I believe the St. Louis one. Canada's team, baby. I believe the St. Louis game. But it's on the channel. If you click live on the channel, you should be able to see it. 8:33 on the clock in the Wild. Defending here yet again. Montreal moving that puck well in the blue line. And they have one defenseman hang like halfway between the blue line and the circle, which is interesting. Good job by the Wild. Breaking up play. Still fighting for it. In the corners are both these teams. And the Wild get this puck out through their zone. Or through the neutral zone. They enter the Montreal Canadiens zone. Losing possession, though. Again, Montreal doing a good job of now breaking up the play for the Minnesota Wild. The Montreal, great job setting up again. Montreal, the cross-ice pass. Montreal, the backhand through the slot. And there's a collision. And Gustafsson taking some shots here a little bit on Montreal, but there hasn't been a whistle just yet. So, man, that was such a late whistle. No joke. A Wild player ran into a Montreal player who ran into Philip Gustafsson. He went into the net. Bars off. Net off the bearings. And play continued. Play continued. Yeah, so the next game, St. Louis and then the Edmonton Oilers to close out the month. Canucks is my first favorite. And then I'd say Capitals, Wild. Like I've been covering the Wild for more than 5 years now for a podcast. So I do like them. I moved to Minnesota because of the Sota pod. But like I grew up in Western Canada, so like the Canucks will always be like my team. But but what's interesting about the Sota pod is Hoppy grew up without a team. So he was late to, and he's a Wild fan, of course, but his number one is Pittsburgh, his number two is Wild, and I would say like, yeah, mine's number one is Canucks, but number two Wild because that's the home team, baby. And generally I'm rooting for the Wild, obviously. But yeah, no, I hate the Leafs more than I love my mother, dude. I would rather my team never win a Stanley Cup if it means the Leafs never win a Stanley Cup. I hate the Leafs so much. God, I just want to like punch a wall right now. I'm so angry thinking about them. I hate the Leafs, dude. Well, quick. I mean, it goes hand in hand. Yeah, it goes hand in hand. Nice hockey. 7 minutes and 36 seconds on the clock. Again, great job by the Montreal Canadiens breaking up play from the Wild in their own zone. Oh, and Dvorak's pass broken up by the Wild. Wild trying to get a tip-in shot. Kaprizov has it behind the net. Kaprizov looking for a man. Kaprizov sends it on net. And we get a goal! Tipped in, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go! Is it Johansson or is it Boldy? But the Wild score. They tip it in. Kaprizov was looking for something. He was looking for something. Backhands it. Gets it close. And it's going to be Boldy with the goal. Boldy with the goal, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Kaprizov looking for his man, and there's a tip. Kaprizov has it behind the net. And a beautiful pass to Johansson. Tic-tac-toe to Boldy. That was beautiful. Kaprizov, Johansson, cross crease Boldy. That was nasty. That was nasty. That was nasty. Yes, screw the Leafs. Screw the Leafs. Nobody likes the Leafs. Nobody likes the Leafs. Why would you like the Leafs? Oh my goodness. And the first goal comes from Matthew Boldy, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. And here we go. This is in St. Paul, ladies and gentlemen. The crowd's going crazy. The crowd's going crazy. God, I hate the Leafs. And they're not even playing in this game right now. But they were brought up. And now I'm just triggered. And that is the 10th goal for Boldy, ladies and gentlemen. 17 points in 15 games, and he's in the double digits. Unbelievable stuff. Unbelievable stuff. See you later, hockey from home. Peace. I'm out. Ew. No, it's all good hockey. I'm just kidding. Well, not kidding, but, you know, it's all good. It's all good. 6 minutes and 25 seconds on the clock in the Montreal zone. Cycling on the wall. Wild have it behind the net. Send it back to the blue line. Shot from the blue line. Looking for the tip. Doesn't get through. Wild still have it. Hartman goes to the ground. Hartman, though, does get the puck back to the blue line. And, oh, that's going to stay onside. That's going to stay onside. Right side. Unable to get a shot on. from the center. Shot and a save by Montembeault. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a beautiful shot in the slot by Chisholm. 6 minutes on the clock. 3-0 Sens versus Leafs. Let's go, Senators. Oh, the other night. But yes, let's go, Senators. Sounds good, Hog from home. Sounds good. Peace. I'm out. 6 minutes and 2 seconds on the clock. Nice. Go Caps. I love watching the Leafs lose. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Racing through the neutral zone are the Canadiens. Canadiens looking to set up, and they do nice little tic-tac-toe play for themselves by the Canadiens, but that's broken up by the Wild. Wild regain possession. Canadiens getting a little physical here, finishing their checks. Not going to be icing, but Wild forechecking. I haven't had dinner yet, but I don't know yet. I have some leftover ribs, so I might like maybe bake a potato, have some ribs and some salad. And Gustafsson made the save, and we're having a little brouhaha behind the net right now. What did you have for dinner? Yeah, but I haven't eaten dinner. I had a late lunch, so I'm going to have a late dinner. And we're going to go to TV timeout. 5 minutes and 24 seconds on the clock. And the Minnesota Wild, Boldy, I mean, he's just scoring left, right, and center, ladies and gentlemen. Sushi would be good. Sushi would be good. And Kaprizov on an absolute tear right now, ladies and gentlemen. 28 points this season. 28 points this season. Well, I guess 29 now with that assist. 29 points on the season, 20 assists, 9 goals in 15 games. Boldy absolutely crushing it as well, like I said, with his 10th goal, 17 points. Zuccarello, hey, he's playing with Kaprizov. He's doing well. 14 points in 15 games. Rossi's been playing pretty good on that top line as well. And Eriksson Ek, 8 points, 13 games. Sucks that he's gone off the ice dealing with some injuries already out of the gate this year. But then you love to see Freddie motherfucking Gaudreau, ladies and gentlemen. 8 points in 15 games. Only 2 goals, but definitely has had some great looks and good opportunities at the start of this season. Mediterranean food's good. Minnesota, Isaiah, Minnesota. So it's 8:30 for me. So late dinner tonight. As we got likely another, hour and a half left of streaming. By the way, Seth Topo will join us again for second intermission. A little bit more to talk about in this one. But I mean, like, what a tic-tac-toe play for the Wild. What a tic-tac-toe play. And, you know, Kaprizov to Johansson. Johansson quickly got it off his stick. And Boldy with the beautiful 10th goal of the season, going upstairs with that one too. My goodness. Yeah, I mean, he's just under the likes of Ovechkin, McDavid, and Leon Draisaitl. At the end of the season, who will have the most points on the Wild? Oh, Kaprizov's on pace to put up like Kucherov numbers. Like, Kaprizov could have like 120 to 130 points this year. But I do think he'll hit 100 points this year. I think Kaprizov will hit 100 points. I mean, it depends on my work schedule and if I'm streaming hockey. I like Mediterranean food and I like avocados. 5 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock. Wild send that puck back into the Canadian zone. Unable to keep it there. Canadians at possession. Canadians left side. Canadians, they dump it now. Gustafsson sends it to Faber. Faber leaves it for whoever wants to take it. Wild getting their pass broken up. Over 120, definitely if he stays healthy. That's what I think. I don't even think that's a hot take. Hot takes. Good to see you, by the way. Hot takes. Always good to see you. Welcome back. See you later, Hockey from home. Thank you so much. Get a good sleep. Appreciate you, Hockey. It's been a while. Good to see you back. Good to see you back. Peace. I'm out. Shot deflects wide for the Canadians, but the Canadians are able to keep that puck in the Wild zone, and a puck Deflects left and wide. Nice shot there by the Canadiens. And that's going to trickle the length of the ice. Canadiens have to reset in their own zone. 4 minutes on the clock. 12 shots for the Wild, 8 for the Canadiens. Wild lead 1-0. Sounds good. Yes, we'll do hockey from home. We'll do. Foligno leads it back from Merrill. Merrill with a shot. Merrill fighting in the corner. Puck trickles around the net. Canadiens get it back. Foligno pressuring. And a nice pass into the neutral zone. Gustafson playing that puck well outside of his crease. Wild get it back. Goudreau sends it up. Boldy forechecking. My score. Oh, yeah. I guess I never even got my score prediction in. A little late for it now. I'll say 3-1 for the Minnesota Wild. 3-1. I think we see 2 more, and I think the Canadiens, if they get another power play, make this interesting. Gustafson, man, he's playing the puck pretty confidently here, poking it, but no stranger to getting active with it is Gustafson. And the Wild, great job bringing it in their zone. Johansson leaving it to Kaprizov, back to the blue line. Chisholm. Spurgeon on net, tips, doesn't go in, but the puck is still in the corner, and trying to pass to anybody at center there was Kaprizov. Johansson, a little too far for him to retrieve. I say 2-1 Wild OT. Jets are losing tonight. What a streak the Jets have been on, by the way. 2 minutes and 31 seconds. Oh, the concert for your school. Got you. Oh, Bull, do some nasty hands, slowly but surely, just bringing that puck into the Montreal Canadiens zone. Actually flicks the puck into the Montreal Canadiens zone. The Wild get a change. Montreal sends it in. They're going to dump and chase, as they do, and they successfully chase after and get it, but the Wild break that up. Montreal still has it. Back to the blue line. Okay, sounds good, hockey. Thank you. Wild battling for it. Do they regain possession? Of course they do. It's Freddie Gaudreau. He can do no wrong. I'm just kidding. Montreal still has it. Sounds good, Isaiah. And a nice save by Gustafson. How much are you going to pay him? Because I don't think he gigs for free, hockey from home. I don't think he gigs for free. Montembeau's been sharp here tonight, by the way. I think we have to acknowledge that too. Definitely was the busier goalie in the first period. Kind of evened out since, but peace, I'm out. Again, we're going to have some custom Peace I'm Out shirts on the City Life channel coming up. They'll be nice. Smash that like button if you haven't already, guys. We got 2 more streams left in November. We got the St. Louis game as well as the Edmonton game. And then I'll get my December schedule up as well. He might need more than that, hockey. Just saying. Maybe the school can pay him a little bit too. But that's a good start. And nice job by the Wild regaining the puck. It's 3-on-2 here. Hartman with it. Hartman looking for someone in front of the net. It doesn't get through, but the Wild aggressively keeping their pressure, as they may have been pushed out of the zone, but able to ring one puck around the net again. Looks like we need a change. No, we have a whistle as puck goes up in the Minnesota bench. And we're going to have a face-off in the neutral zone. Again, we're bringing back Seth Topol, Locked On Wild, for the second intermission, ladies and gentlemen. So if you have any questions for Seth, by all means, get him in the live chat. Okay. $1,000. Done.
That shit beautiful than a motherfucker.
1 minute and 15 seconds on the clock. 1 minute and 10 seconds. You can't copy my merch, hockey from home. 1 minute and 5 seconds. Montreal having a hard time getting the puck out of their zone. Kaprizov with Foligno and Rossi out there right now. And again, shot. Foligno desperately diving to keep this puck in the zone. Rossi fighting for it. Kaprizov now at the line. They're unable to keep it in the zone, but they get it right back in the zone. Kaprizov fighting 3 guys at the same time, and Foligno able to keep this in. Rossi has it. Rossi sends it to Kaprizov. Kaprizov looking for Rossi. Kaprizov with a crazy shot. Save. Foligno unable to poke that one in, but they still have it deep in the corner. Foligno sending it around the boards. Spurgeon Back to Rossi. Back to Spurgeon. Spurgeon behind the net. Kaprizov. Back to Foligno. Long shot by and grueling shot by Foligno here. Rossi. Oh, and intended for Spurgeon, but he was a little too quickly to skate up with it. But what a last shift for the Minnesota Wild. 3-2-1, and that will do it for the second period. But what a nice push there at the end of the period for the Minnesota Wild. Man, unbelievable. The Canadiens have been good, man. Canadiens have been good defensively. Just like the first period. And they've had their opportunities as well. 9 shots, 15. I mean, the second half of that, or pretty much that final 6-minute stretch, the Wild played really good. But the Canadiens have had their moment. The Canadiens had their moments for sure. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. And then we'll be back again with Seth Topol from Locked On Wild to join us. I mean, more of an exciting second period to talk about. Wild leading right now, leading in shots, but they weren't leading in shots the whole time in that second period as the Canadiens were able to come back strong. The PK looked great. So overall, despite what's starting to be a decimated lineup in especially in the top six, with Eck being out, with Zuccarello losing them in the game, Brodin on the back end being out, the Wild are doing a good job of adjusting. And I mean, just a blender of lineups that we continue to see change. But so far, the Wild have been able to not only take the lead, but hold on strong. Keep the comments coming, and we'll be back here on the other side with Seth Topol to talk about this second period live here on the Sota Pod. Smash that like button. We're trying to get to 20 likes on the video, and we'll be back after this quick break. And we are back here for another intermission segment with your friend and mine, host of Locked On Wild, Seth Topol. Well, a lot more shots in that second period, a little bit more excitement. Wild got the goal, which, by the way, what a goal. Beautiful, beautiful pass by Kaprizov, and I'll have to say Johansson, due for another point. We needed that, and just what a quick right off his stick to Boldy, sends it upstairs. Boldy with his 10th of the season. Kaprizov with his, 28th point? 29th point of the season. Unbelievable stuff here. And a great job on the PK as well, Seth.
Yeah, it just kind of has the feel, and I think the Minnesota Wild it seemed like in the second period they kind of understood what it's going to take to come away with a win in this game. It's going to be a get out of town, get the win. It doesn't. I really don't care at this point how it looks. Just find a way to get it done. But that's how the Minnesota Wild have done it so far this season. And I'm just going to tell you right now, I know a lot of the shows in Minnesota have done enough of it. We're not talking nearly enough about Matt Boldy.
I feel like you and I are.
Yeah, we here in Minnesota, the shows that cover the Wild have done a good job of it. But nationally, we're not giving Matt Boldy nearly enough credit. 10 goals now. I think Michael Russo tweeted out he's got 8 goals in his last 11 games. And we're seeing the ascension. We're seeing the elevation from a really good hockey player to a guy who understands that he needs to be like leapfrogging Kirill back and forth all season for the goals lead. And that's just the player that he needs to be.
And
he's doing that.
And he's certainly doing that right now, which is awesome. And
and
that was a clutch play, and obviously he's with Kaprizov there, but like that's not an easy play to execute. So
no, and he's stepping in and playing a little center tonight too. Like he just
the lines have been an absolute blender. I mean, we saw Foligno with Rossi and Kaprizov at one point too at the end, which honestly that was a great final push. They killed like a minute. And I mean, Foligno flopping all over the place, keeping that puck in the zone, but no, great pressure there. The Canadiens, they had their moments in that second period too, Seth. There were about halfway through the period. There was a good 3-minute stretch where it was just an onslaught, and the Wild were having trouble changing. It almost felt like it was a power play for the Montreal Canadiens. They were able to keep the puck pretty much in the zone the whole time. If the Wild did get it out, they were right back in. They weren't able to get a change. They weren't able to get a whistle. And so I do like how the Montreal Canadiens have been moving the puck. There was a nasty, nasty move by Cole Caulfield, who literally just he was instead of deking around a player, sidestepping the player and literally bounced the puck over the player's stick and then passed it back to the blue line. And what I've noticed that has been working for the Montreal Canadiens is they have one guy on the blue line, low on the left corner, and then they have a guy who's kind of halfway between the blue line and the circle. So that right side is pretty high up. And once they start getting their cycle going, that guy's open 9 times out of 10. So I'm interested to see if and when they gain the zone, which they will again in this third period, at least a few times, if the Wild, if the coaching staff have highlighted that to them and been like, look, there's a guy high here and he's getting away with the passes 9 times out of 10.
Yeah. And you gotta that's a great example of just a little thing that the Wild can do to try to help make life a little easier for Philip Gustafsson, who's been great.
He's made
tonight.
some really good saves. Not a lot of shots by either of these teams. I mean, the Wild certainly in the final 6 minutes and with that pressure were able to really get quite a bit more there. I think they had 4 or 5 shots. But yeah, they lead with 15, Canadiens with 9. But there was one point where the Wild had 1 shot in 8 minutes and Montreal had 7, right? So
yeah,
momentum swings for sure. As soon as the Wild got the goal, it did seem like, okay, we're back and we're in charge. We're setting the pace. And they were able to, towards the end, it just really looked like that game it came in waves. The Wild started off strong. They killed off a penalty, had some momentum, were able to get some shots, and then kind of went quiet. And Montreal really were pushing, pressuring, getting shots on, getting opportunities. And then the Wild score, and it's been pretty much them the rest of the game.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what John Hynes does here in the third. The only thing that is frustrating is having these injuries, and Zuccarello and Eriksson Ek were already ruled out for the rest of the game. So my concern level immediately spikes.
Do we know what it is for Ek? Any update?
Just said lower body. I know there were a bunch of people trying to pinpoint what exactly led to Eriksson Ek, because he took a couple of heavy hits, but then he played a few shifts after. So I really don't know what his injury is at this point, which is right before the Dallas game.
Speaking of hits, this has been a physical game.
Yes, it's been intense.
Yeah, and man, again, I've said this quite a few times on stream, but it still blows me away. I just didn't even notice Mike Matheson's friggin' breakout season last year. To me, he's still the 20-30 point guy he was in Florida, throwing rookies to the ice all willy-nilly and throwing the body around. Great defensive player. Dude, he had 60-some points last year.
Jeez.
With the Canadiens, but still,
it still counts.
What? And he's doing really well right now. I think he's 4th or 5th in scoring on the team right now. It's what?
Wow.
So anyways, and Mike Matheson been very noticeable in this game as well, throwing the body around. But in the Wild, they set the physical pace early, and then from my opinion anyways, it seemed like Montreal's okay, we'll match it. And Montreal's been finishing like every single one of their checks as well. And I mean, that, you know, the I guess right now everything's just in the blender. But before Zuccarello and Eck went off, you saw the third and fourth line finish their checks as well. Even if they like kind of like lost the puck, you'll see Trenton like finish the check. The puck kind of trickles to nowhere, but you know, at least he forechecked and got the body on and separated the man from the puck. But then it just seemed like the Montreal Canadiens were like, okay, we'll match that. And now they're kind of setting the tone in that area. And same with like the takeaways. It's pretty even as far as like takeaways for each team, but it seems like the Wild have more, but I just poke checks aren't counting. In the Wild, they're just dominating the poke checks when the Montreal Canadiens trying to enter the zone or when they just get over the blue line.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a bouncing puck. It seems like tonight there have been some attempts to set plays up. I know there was one where I forget which Wild player was trying to set Marcus Johansson up on the far side, and the puck it was just a little out of his reach.
Yeah. Oh, so yes.
You got stuff like that going on, but the thing that is interesting to me is I'm starting to call him Dr. Frankenheinz. We're going to get I think he's going to pull a couple of combos out that we haven't yet seen tonight, which seems odd because we pretty much have seen every line combo.
Well, like I said, the Foligno, Rossi, and Kaprizov, I was like, okay, but hey, that one worked, man. That one worked.
We've seen Johansson, Boldy, Kaprizov, and also Boldy, Rossi, Kaprizov tonight. And so just don't be. This is just part of being like a superstar level player. Is John Hines? There's no minute count that is off limits for a guy like Kirill. It seems like he just gets better the more minutes that he has, and he's got 14 minutes so far. Matt Boldy's got 12. Don't be surprised if both of those guys play between 20 and 25 minutes to try to get this game in the bag.
And I think overall the defense is doing a tremendous job without Brody in here tonight.
Declan Chisholm has looked really good with Jared Spurgeon tonight.
He's looked really good. And honestly, Merrill hasn't looked bad with Bogosian either.
Well, they're just limiting opportunities. Like all six defensemen are doing a good job of limiting the chances. There hasn't been a high danger chance for Montreal yet in this game. I know I was just looking at their heat map on Natural Stat Trick, and a lot of the shots have come in between the face-off circles, but nothing that has been considered a high danger chance yet. Let's keep it that way, because the only thing I really worry about is if you get one of those just weird, fluky in front of the net scrums where you can't quite freeze the puck. Like that'd be about the only thing I think that could really throw this game off whack in the third period.
Yeah, and actually on the defense, Middleton leading on the with 15 minutes and 17 seconds. Faber for the first time, I think. Yeah, 13:52 going into third period, not leading in minutes.
Well, they're all playing well, so they can spread it around. I mean, Chisholm's got 14:44 tonight. Spurgeon's played 14 plus. Merrill's played 10:26. He's got a couple shots, couple blocks.
And if they're all playing good, like Merrill was giving up the puck, and we see some, John Merrill playing like, John Merrill plays, that we're accustomed to seeing him play. Like they probably cut down the minutes, but the fact that he's playing well, they're probably like, all right, let's not just completely, drive Faber into the ground here. And here tonight.
I really like to, Isha, and they pointed this out on the broadcast. The Wild are doing a really good job of finding that funnel point right in front of the net and just using that as their way to get out of the zone and push it back up the ice. That is, I think that's a reason that the penalty kill has looked better, is they really have prioritized, let's get it to one of our players in front of the net so that player can turn and look and see what's available and what's open and push it out of the zone from there.
Yeah. No, the PK has looked, night and day from what it was last week. It's been really good. Like I said, and Huznadinov's looked really good in his role here tonight as well. Wherever they've placed him, he's been great. So, no, and an interesting game for sure. Interesting game for sure that I thought would be a little bit more high scoring, to be perfectly honest. I didn't think it was going to be a barn burner, but I thought it was going to be at least like a 3-2 game. And No, it looks like it might remain like this, or like, it feels like maybe like a 3-1 at most.
Yeah. This is just another one of those games where the defense and the goaltending have really set the pace. And there's going to be a stretch as the season unfolds where the offense is the one that really says we'll lead, you guys follow.
Well, let's hope so. Because the Wild have not necessarily. I mean, look, Boldy, Kaprizov, they're scoring goals, but it's not like it's coming from everywhere else.
Got to go get Brock Nelson at the trade deadline.
Oh, well, good. Like I said, good to see Johansson getting a point at least, because he's been playing overall like good, not great, but good. Now he has 5 points on the season. That's a third assist. I mean, I feel like he should be rewarded a little bit more, but it's just like it's textbook Johansson. He'll do like. He's like 80% of the way there, and it's not necessarily any fault of his, but it's like then you'll miss the net, or the pass will be off, or you'll get knocked off the puck. But like, it's not like he's playing poor hockey. It's not like he's making big mistakes.
He's the fish that does just about everything except bite the hook. Like, he comes up and takes a look at it. He swims around it.
But Hines has been trusting him. Like, Hines has been putting him in all these situations, right? So, I mean... Yeah, it's
and I'm sure you and Brett talked about it over the last couple of weeks, but the numbers for that second line have been like disgustingly good.
Yeah.
All three of those guys, like, they're just shutting down the opposition and have just such a lopsided shot differential. I don't blame Hines for not breaking that group up.
It's one of those cases where if you had a better player who you could slot there, you would, but you don't right now. So, like, if there's anyone who should be rewarded, or that you want to get a look at, it's Freddie Gaudreau in that spot. So, like, if you want to put anybody else there, put Gaudreau on the wing and just see how he meshes. If he doesn't mesh, okay, whatever. You put Johansson back.
This is just, the team has been winning, and so while they're winning, you're not going to see a ton of changes unless injuries happen. Maybe if they go on a little bit of a skid, maybe you start to try a few things, but. Like, I know there have been a lot of calls for get Damon Hunt in the lineup, get Liam Ogren in the lineup. Like, teams winning games.
We don't need to right now.
They're winning. They're winning games, and until something becomes a glaring problem, there aren't going to be major changes.
Ogren hasn't made a statement yet to force them to keep him there, right? So
and they don't have up until tonight. You didn't have anybody in the top 6 that was hurt.
They might bring him up now.
Yeah, depending on what happens with... Oh, God, I hope that's not a... I hope it's not anything major. I hope
Zuccarello wasn't planning on having any more kids.
Well, I mean, he's at about the age where I think you kind of start to hang that up, but...
I mean... He's
36, 37.
These are professional athletes, though.
I mean, who am I to judge? Because you got like Mick Jagger having kids when he's 80.
Yeah.
Who am I to say when people should stop?
Yeah. Anyways, that's oof.
That's another.
I just still can't believe that happened. I still can't believe that happened.
Just brutal. And he, like, the worst part is that he tried to kind of brace himself for it. But, like, what do you do? Like, what do you do there? Do you stick a hand out to try to block the shot? Well, then you got to deal with that. Like, it's just a tough situation.
Yeah. I'm literally sending you a highlight of one from a different sport. But anyways.
Oh God.
We're back for the third period here. Seth, thank you so much as always. I think we're going to be streaming the St. Louis game next, and then the Edmonton one in November. So if you're free for those, as always, join us here.
I should have everything all situated. Obviously, in the midst of everybody can see what's going on behind me, boxes all over the place. But that'll be all situated next week. So I'll be able to lock back in and get back to work.
Let's go. All right, Puck Drops. Thank you very much, Seth. Go check him out. Locked On Wild on YouTube. Locked On Wild, wherever you get your podcast from. We'll catch you on the next one, Seth. Thanks.
Peace.
Seth Topol, ladies and gentlemen. Locked On Wild on YouTube. And again, wherever you get your podcast from, check it out daily. Minnesota Wild podcast. Does live streams as well. And he's a regular appearance on the Sota Pod. All right. 19:29 on the clock, and the Montreal Canadiens take the puck back in their own zone. Good pressure from the Wild, forcing that puck backwards. Teams are going to get a change. But yes, Wild needs to lock it in for the last period. If they can keep doing what they were doing at the end of that second period, they'll be fine. Because they were the one leading the pressure, they were the one leading the charge, and they were still playing tremendous defensively. Now weaving their way into the zone, there's a Montreal Canadiens, but no one behind them to leave that puck behind, so they're going to get a shot there, and a nice save by Gustafsson. All right, so Johansson, Boldy. No, Boldy's taking the face off here. Man, it's crazy. These lines have been in a blender. All right, Boldy taking the face off. So we got Kaprizov, Boldy, and Johansson here. And Montreal wins the face-off, and Gustafsson actually smacks that loose puck up the left side, and this puck's actually going to trickle all the way down the ice. Montembeault played the puck, and the Wild get that back. Wild with a shot. Nice save by Montembeault. We back for the stream, and we are back for the third period. Let's go, Isaiah. Let's go. Third period, ladies and gentlemen. 1-0 Minnesota Wild. They have the puck in the Montreal Canadiens zone. They're fighting for it right now. Canadiens got it back for a moment, sent to the neutral zone. Unable to hold on to it, though. Wild have it. They send it in deep. Wild going to get a change. Well, kind of. They're getting a change. Kaprizov goes off the ice now, too. 18-22. Montreal, they're changing as well, so they're waiting, resetting. Here comes their break. 18-14. Faber back with it. 2-on-2, battling in the corner. Middleton. And Lauko and Trennan pressuring forward, but they just can't hold on to it. And though they pressured and forced Montreal Canadiens to just kind of send that puck down the ice, nothing really there. And a shot from the blue line, and that almost trickled its way through. Be back just time of the third. Let's go. But again, man, that's what Trennan. He's good at getting the puck into the offensive zone, and then I feel like the puck, if he has a battle in the corner, always just kind of trickles out. But the Wild have it here. Wild trying to set it up and move it. Spurgeon, nice shot from the blue line. That actually bounces off Montembeault. Merrill with a shot and doesn't get through. That actually hit Trennan. Let's hope Trennan's okay. He's actually skating to the bench here. Huznadinov. Not quite to the guy at the blue line. Oh, Huznadinov has it, though. And he fights with Matheson again on the left wall. Montreal ends up getting the puck as that's passed out left. And Gouli with a shot as he comes up the left side. Hit the side of the net. Huznadinov to Foligno. Turns it over. Shot. Doesn't get through. Huznadinov again getting in the action. Trying to separate the man from the puck. Foligno with it. Foligno pushing that back up the boards. Wild desperately trying to get out of their zone. And they do. Huznadinov skating back to the bench with the rest of the line, might say. Defenders playing. Puck back and forth. Merrill, Bogosian. Johansson with it. He skates in the zone. Johansson looking for someone up the center. Right side shot and a nice save by Montembeault, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful save by Montembeault. As Johansson had it, was waiting for Boldy to come up center. Boldy was unable to get a shot up in that center lane. Yeah, so Kaprizov was in the center lane. Johansson wasn't able to get him the shot, so he passed it to Boldy on the right side, and I don't think Boldy was expecting that. Guess who's back? Yo, what's up, Kenny? Thank you, Kenny. Thank you. Good to see you. Crazy hog from home. 16:08 on the clock, and Montreal tried to set up a nice cross ice pass, but that's broken up by the Wild. Useless penalties kill us. Savard tried to send it across. And there's that penalty. There's that penalty. And a frustrated Minnesota Wild team. And Boldy's upset about this one. What is he getting called for here? Is this roughing? Is it roughing? Because I saw both the players go to the ground there, but I didn't think there's going to be anything of it. We're listening in. Interference. Boldy was playing down low. Battling for it. No, I guess he did. Yeah, you know what? He did push the guy to the ground. Caulfield going down pretty easy. All right, here we go. Minnesota Wild on the PK again, ladies and gentlemen. But they were forced to go on the PK early in the second period. We're able to do a great job killing that one and then scored a goal a little bit after with some momentum 5-on-5. Minnesota Wild on the penalty. And they already get that one out. Officiating has been weak all around the league, to be honest. But I feel like that's like, man, I mean, we've been singing that tune for like the last decade now. Hasn't been good for a while. Atta girl. And Lauko clears that puck down the length of the ice. Great kill. Great kill. So far, 1 minute and 32 seconds on the clock for the Minnesota Wild power play. 15-17 for the period. Oh, and the Wild forcing... Wow. Forcing an offside on the Canadiens. Kirby Dach couldn't hold that. Damn. Started an MMA fight at school. That's awesome. That's awesome. Did you get him in the rear naked choke? 1 minute and 20 seconds on the clock. Wild win the faceoff. And they send that, not the length of the ice, but back in the Montreal zone. Montreal, they're resetting. We need change. Say goodbye to Bettman. Needs to wrap up his career. I could see Bettman. I see him involved for 5 more years. I see him involved for 5 more years. Choke him out, hog him home. 52 seconds on the clock. Man, what a flawless kill thus far. 45 seconds, and the Montreal Canadiens, I don't even think they've gotten one shot on Philip Gustin. I don't think they were able to even make a couple passes in the offensive zone. RJ, my man, updating us on what's going on throughout the rest of the league. Good to see you, RJ. Hope you're doing well. Finally, Montreal are starting to set up here. 27 seconds left on the power play. Gallagher had his shot blocked. That didn't go to the net. Montreal, left side, Hutchinson. Hutchinson, jeez. Armia back to Hutchin. I don't know why I said Hutchinson. Hudson with a shot through the center lane. Rebound doesn't get through. Hudson keeps the puck in. Hudson to the right side. That is stuffed. Gustafson with the save. Gustafson lost his stick. And the puck deflected up. And we're going to have a little brouhaha, ladies and gentlemen. We got a little brouhaha. Minnesota at full strength. And we got some pushing and shoving in the corner. Middleton taking no shit here, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, Gallagher involved. At my old gym, their gym official Muay Thai shorts had a real silhouette of a screenshot of a video of a member kicking a bully mid-fight. There was edits to the video like Fortnite knockdown effect and banner info. No way. Wow. That's crazy. But that's actually a lot of fun. Hudson, he's a rookie. He's good. He's good. Should have filmed you punch him in the face. Okay, we're going to have a TV timeout here. Great penalty kill. Great penalty kill for the Minnesota Wild. 2 for 2 on the PK. We haven't seen the power play from them yet, though. Montreal remaining pretty disciplined. So finishing their checks properly. I don't think the refs missed any calls so far on the Montreal Canadiens. So, yeah, so far, I mean, a good start to the period for both teams. Montreal, though, their penalty was their special teams, their power play on that last Wild penalty was not good. Was not good at all. They were only able to set up for like 30 seconds. Gallagher with one shot, but that was pretty much it. Damn, you have a pair of those shorts yourself? Nice, Kenny. The guy acted childish. Hey, well, we don't like bullies here, Hockey from Home. Screw them. All right. What was my score prediction again? 3-1? Man, I don't even think that's going to happen. Like I said, I didn't predict a barn burner of a game, but I didn't predict this close of a game. All right, we're back from the TV timeout. Again, for a game where the lines have had to been, or for a game where the lines have had to be shuffled and put in the blender as much as have been in this game. So far, so good. So far, so good, and a good effort for the Wild here as they host Montreal. Yeah, I don't live there. Hockey from Home, unfortunately. And wait, what? Okay, we're going 4-on-4. The offsetting minors, Boldy and Gallagher go off. The Wild chopping up the ice. Good start to the season. Very good start to the season. Oh, I'm just saying. Wetting the puck. Oh, it's nice and wet now, Kenny. 4-on-4 hockey. Kaprizov looking for someone to pass to. Kaprizov, just shoot. I hate to be that guy in the stands who knows nothing about hockey and just yells shoot. But Kaprizov, there was no one behind you. Boldy was okay. Boldy's not in the. 4-on-4 for 1 minute and 16 seconds left. So it wasn't Boldy who went into the box. Shot by Slafkovsky and a nice save by Gustafson. So many young players on this Montreal team. It's crazy. Great save by Gustafson, man. He's made the saves he's needed to tonight. 19 shots for your Minnesota Wild, 15 for the Montreal Canadiens. So shots, pretty close here. All right, we're going to have a face-off to the left of Gustafson. Wild win the face-off. Krill needs to start shooting. He is that guy. Right? Like, he can do everything. But, like, in that situation, I mean, yeah, I guess the drop pass could have been there. A nice job by Johansson going for a skate there. Johansson passing, loses it, sends it to the blue line. Chisholm keeps it in the offensive zone. Rossi has to regroup in the neutral zone. But yeah, man, I mean, there's been two situations here tonight where, like, I hate to be that guy who just yells shoot at his screen. But, like, where the shot was just there, and it probably would have been a better chance if he just shot it. Nice job by Spurgeon. Sets up the Wild. And a nice shot. Montembeault with a nice save. He lost his stick. Actually, make that 7. It's a high stick on the Montreal Canadiens. That's actually a brutal high stick on Spurgeon. Spurgeon actually has to skate back to the bench. He got high stick so bad. Play's still going on here. As Minnesota Wild are at full strength and a man up. And the Montreal Canadiens touched the puck as they were able to take that out of the grasp of Kaprizov, but hopefully Spurgeon okay as he skated right to the bench after being high sticked, and that was nasty, ladies and gentlemen. 4 minutes double minor. There was blood. All right, look at this. Oh, so he wanted to lift the stick, missed, and just hit him right in the nose. Yeah, bonk right in the nose. So he went to try to lift his stick, but didn't miss and just hit him right in the nose with the stick. And if there's blood, it's an extra 2 minutes. So the Wild are going to go on the power play for 4 minutes. If you just straight up hit someone in the face with your stick, I mean, you'd probably get a cross-checking and a roughing. And if there's blood, maybe even toss from the game at that point. But yeah, it's like a check with the stick. Power play. Let's see what you worked on the days off. Yeah, and not only a power play, but a double minor. So they're going to get 4 minutes. But with some scrambled lines, this one's going to be interesting. No Zuccarello, no Eriksson Ek. So that top unit is she gone. So I imagine Hartman's going to be on it with Boldy and Kaprizov, Faber, and Johansson. We'll see. 4 minutes of power play time. 11:38 on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Just a 1-0 game for your Minnesota Wild. Let's see if they can make it 2-0 here on the 4-minute power play. Montreal wins the faceoff, and the puck goes all the way down the length of the ice. Boldy to Kaprizov. Kaprizov coming through center. And offside. Yeah, Johansson, Kaprizov, Hartman, Boldy, and Faber on this power play unit. Smash that like button if you guys haven't already. If you're watching on X or Facebook, what are you doing? Jump over to YouTube. Jump over to our YouTube chat here. That's where all the action is. And subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Smash the like button on this video. We're trying to get to 20 likes on this video. We post clips of our podcasts, original content, full podcasts, video podcast episodes, as well as live streams. We post up to 3 videos a day, ladies and gentlemen, on the channel. Wild able to bring the puck up into the slot. Couple whacks at it. Unable to capitalize, and a big hit. Big hit, and there's a collision. Johansson went flying, and the Wild have possession here as they regain their bearings. Kaprizov tried to send the puck to the right, and a great breakup by the Canadiens. It's 2-on-2 right now for the Canadiens. Johansson gets back into it. Shorthanded. Montreal loses it. Puck's going to actually trickle back into the Montreal zone, and team's going to get a change. Wild unable to do anything in the first minute, though. Montreal tried to send that puck length of the ice, and they send it actually up and over, and the Wild are going to change as well here. God, what a beautiful move by Boldy there, flipping that puck over Matheson. Kaprizov. Oh, he actually got that shot off. I didn't even see that shot off by Kaprizov. That was a beautiful, beautiful shot by Kirill the Thrill. Boldy, I'm pretty sure he just said, that fucking idiot's pissing me off. Probably talking about Matheson. 10 minutes and 33 seconds on the clock. Wild win the face-off and tried to send it back to the blue line, and they weren't able to hold on to it, and they got to go for a skate and reset. They do here in their own zone. And again, these are all Goudreau sends it in. Goudreau has it. Wild back to the blue line. Foligno. Back to Chisholm. Back to Foligno. Chisholm. Rossi on the left side. Rossi looking. Back to Chisholm. Good diamond here by the Canadiens, and a shot by Rossi, and a nice save by the Canadiens. Let's see if they put Kaprizov back out there now. As again, they're shuffling things left, right, and center. And Spurgeon back on the bench. Looks like he's got a... Looks like they've stopped the bleeding from his nose. It's going to be a little swollen tomorrow. So far, no dice here for the Minnesota Wild power play. 2 minutes and 14 remain, though. There's still a lot of time. That first unit now with these makeshift lines comes back out on the ice. Wild win the draw. Faber. Back to Kaprizov. Kaprizov sends it up the boards. Johansson. Back around to Kaprizov. Kaprizov left circle. Kaprizov shot. Looking for a rebound. Kaprizov getting it back. Hartman couldn't put it through. Wild still have it. Boldy. Banking off the boards. Was trying to get it to somebody there. Unable to do so. And Montreal is going to send it back length of the ice. Gustafsson with a quick, nice pass to Kaprizov. Shaking up that change of Montreal. Not sure if they all changed, but the Wild have it in the zone. Boldy had it low. They send it back around. Kaprizov. Johansson. Faber back on the blue line. Boldy left side. Boldy has it again. Boldy with a shot. Rebound by Montembeault. Boldy pouncing on it. Wild still have it. Montreal gets away with it. Montreal coming up that right side. It's 2-on-1. Montreal. Faber, nice job getting a piece of it. Montreal still going to have a shot, and Kaprizov gets it back. 1 minute and 14 seconds of power play time for the Minnesota Wild. Wild have it. Hartman to Boldy. Johansson back to Faber. They're going to reset. Boldy on the left side. That bounces up Boldy's stick. Boldy sending it around the boards. And that's gonna skip a couple players and go all the way back down, and Faber getting a change. 52 seconds left. 4 minutes. No dice so far, ladies and gentlemen. But again, I don't blame them last week. I don't really blame them here tonight with these shuffled lines, but still. Rossi. Goudreau from the sharp angle. Can't get it done. Goudreau back to the blue line. Spurgeon on it now. Spurgeon with a shot. Tipped by Goudreau. That's wide. Rossi on the left side. Honestly, this unit's looking pretty good out there. Spurgeon back to Rossi. Rossi with a shot. And that doesn't get through. Rossi back with it again. Spurgeon back to Rossi. Rossi to the right side. Back to Spurgeon. Spurgeon to Rossi. Can Rossi find another shot? Rossi screams in. Rossi shot. Score! What a goal! What a goal! Marco Rossi! Marco Rossi! Marco Rossi with the goal! There you go! In the final seconds of the power play, ladies and gentlemen, what a goal by Marco Rossi! That was some boss ass shit right there. Marco Rossi scoring his 5th goal of the season on the power play. 14th point. Snuck his way into the slot there. Bada boom, bada bing, ladies and gentlemen. What a shot. What a shot. Oh, just over the left shoulder of Montembeault. That was beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. That was beautiful. Hey. With 7 minutes and 40 seconds left in this game, where goals have been hard to come by. Rossi cashes in just at the end of that 4-minute power play. Beautiful stuff by Marco Rossi. Beautiful shot. Penalty kill still looks... As far as special teams, though, penalty kill still look better, but I'm not going to blame the Wild too much here with those shuffled lines. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen, Minnesota Wild. Oh, we're going to have a delayed penalty here. And just like that, the Wild are going to have to go back on that PK that looked good as they just took a penalty. 27 shots, by the way, for the Wild. 4-minute penalty, 4-minute power play helped. 16 for the Canadiens. And Faber gets the puck, and who's Nadinov going to go to the box? Who's Nadinov? Usually pretty... doesn't see time in the box often. Pretty disciplined player for the most part. Let's see here. Yeah, this is his first penalty of the season. The penalty machines, which is crazy because they went from being such a disciplined team to the start of the season to not so much lately. There's some games where I know there's just some weak calls called. This one I kind of missed it. But I'm sure we'll see a replay here. But again, who's Nadinov? I mean, this is one of those things where it's like, of course, coming off that double minor, coming off that 4-minute power play, that the Wild are going to take a penalty quickly. And of course, it's going to be the guy who never takes penalties, and who's Nadinov. But the Wild's PK has been nothing short of spectacular here tonight, especially their last one. They only really allowed Montreal to get one shot in, or one shot on net, I believe, in the final 30 seconds of the power play. Other than that, they were just regaining possession, sending that puck down the ice, regaining possession, sending it down the ice again. And I imagine we're going to see that again here. But just over 6 minutes left in this game. Special teams third period, ladies and gentlemen. That has been the story of this third period. Again, smash that like button if you haven't already. We're trying to get to 20 likes on the video. Off to the sin bin indeed. From, like I said, a guy who has not taken a penalty this season thus far. Would love to see more points coming from who's Nadinov. Again, he's been a very important player for this team thus far, and it's just with the line mates he has. Now, there has been some chemistry with Lauko, don't get me wrong, and Lauko has some speed, and one of the only guys who really match his speed is who's Nadinov. But they're not an offensive line. And he's so good defensively, but they're not an offensive line. Only 2 points on the season thus far, only 2 assists. Whereas a guy in the KHL who's able to play the same game was able to produce a lot more. But mind you, when he was with Sochi, not a great team, only 20 points. But when he was with SKA, 41. 30 assists as well. Mind you, playing more in a top role there. But 6 minutes and 41 seconds on the clock. I digress. We are back to it. What you think? Can he get it? Oh, I need Zuccarello for... No, Zuccarello's... he's out of the game, dude. He got injured in the first period. Good to see you, Mark. Sorry, I missed your first comment. Zuccarello took one to the balls, and he's been out of the game ever since. And a nice shot by the Montreal Canadiens. A rebound after Gustafsson made that save. That's going to go up in the bench, and we might see, actually, the faceoff come out of the zone. But yeah, so Mark, here, I'll find the highlight for you. He took one to the balls. I thought it was the knee at first because I have the broadcast. I have the volume of the broadcast low, but no, it was right to the gonads, right to the family jewels, and it was bad enough for he had to be like helped off the freaking ice, dude. So I hope he's done having kids. Because oof. But yeah, so he's out. Does that count in the parlay? Jeez. And then Eriksson Ek also out. Brodin not in this game. It's been an interesting one. The lines have been shuffled. The power play has been shuffled. The PKs look good though. Even though they're allowing Montreal to set up here in this third penalty kill of the night here for the Minnesota Wild. Overall, they've been good. 5 minutes and 33 seconds on the clock. You should do a collab with Coach Chippy. Dude, I would love to. I'm not sure I'm big enough for Coach Chippy to even notice my existence or want to do a collab. Nice little tic-tac-toe play by the Canadiens. Just missed his target and batting it out the length of the ice is Minnesota. They're able to get a change. Yo, Isaiah, please don't spam the chat, sir. I'm doing play-by-play. Please don't spam the chat. 5 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock. I do a pretty good job of reading comments. You don't need to spam, dude. We're doing play-by-play right now. The Montreal Canadiens on a power play. I've been very impressed with Lauko. Seems to work his ass off every night. I like Lauko as well. Have him play, bro. I mean, Zuccarello's pretty tough. I'm sure if he could play. It's pretty serious, apparently. Nasher's good too. Hey, I'm down to collaborate with either of them. They're huge YouTube channels, though, so I doubt they'd give us any of their time. But that would be awesome. I like Coach Chippy's content. 4 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. I need a point. Yeah, he's not coming back. And honestly, points and goals have been hard to come by in this game, Mark, so... It would have been a tough one regardless. 4 minutes and 28 seconds while defending right now in their zone. Puck trickled up. Gooley able to bat that back down, fighting forward to the right corner. Who's your favorite hockey YouTuber, Isaiah? Trenton forcing it up the wall on the left side. Both teams going to get a change. Canadians have it. Oh, and a big hit at the blue line. Wild on Canadian. Pass drop to Hartman. Shot wide, but Wild still have it in the zone. Boldy with it. Smaller creator you could collab with is Kazi? I'll look him up. And we have a penalty here behind the play, and it's going to go on the Montreal Canadiens. On Hudson is going to take a penalty here. So the Minnesota Wild... Look at some words here. Hartman, I think, was yapping a little bit. Oh, wait, Hartman? Oh, so Hartman's roughing up Hudson there in the corner, and Hudson throws a little right hand on Hartman, and he's going to go to the sin bin. So Minnesota, to essentially end off this game with the power play. I know there's about, 4 minutes left on the clock? Here, I'm going to write that down, Isaiah, and I'll definitely check out his channel after the show. Okay, don't put JoJo out as a center on the first power play. Much rather Rossi. Rossi looked good on that second unit. The second unit looked better with these makeshift lines. The second unit looked better than the first unit. But they might do things a little bit different here, hot takes. Because it's not 4 minutes, right? You got STY? ST, huh? But again, Isaiah, we'll be live for the St. Louis game versus Wild here on this channel, as well as the Edmonton game, and I'll be back live also next Wednesday for the podcast Wildly Informed. We're also live on the channels every Monday, Judd's Buds, and then I will be live on my second channel, the City Life Project, which you guys can go check out. I'll be live all day tomorrow, all day Saturday. Like literally, I think I'm like streaming from 8 a.m. Saturday to 8 a.m. Sunday. It's going to be wild, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be wild. Not weird. All right. Hudson in the sin bin here, ladies and gentlemen. 3 minutes and 39 seconds on the clock. This is going to take us near to the final bell. And here we go. We got Boldy out there, Kaprizov. Who else is out there? Montreal winning the faceoff. Awesome, Isaiah. Awesome. You'll have to check the schedule, buddy. I don't remember off the top of my head. 1 minute 45. Again, it's already posted, man. You can just check the video. It tells you day and time. Like the stream is already posted on the channel. I think 7 o'clock. Either 6 or 7, and I don't remember the day off the top of my head. It's next week, though. I'll check after this power play, but you can check there on the channel as well. It's already set up, my friend. It's already set up and ready to go. Wild. Bring that puck back in the zone. Johansson sends it back. Boldy. Top of the circle. Oh, try to send it to Johansson and send it to the right side. Tic-tac-toe play 2.0. Didn't go down. Boldy, though. Top of the circle. Sends it behind the net. Kaprizov centers. Hartman couldn't find the loose puck, and that's going to go the length of the ice, and looks like are they going to change up the unit? No. Okay, well, Jared Spurgeon with it now. Spurgeon moving it up the ice. Yeah, the Wild, they change up the unit here. We're going to have Rossi, Foligno. Foligno with it. A little spin around a backhand attempt. Doesn't get it. Goudreau stealing the puck here as Montreal tried passing into a man out center and shot fired. Not on net. Montreal has it. Skating it through center now. 23 seconds left on the power play. 2 minutes left in this game. And a nice shot by the Canadiens. There's a save by Gustafsson. Oh, and Kaprizov got slashed and some discomfort by Kaprizov. Maybe that's one of the reasons why that first unit was pulled. Yeah. Oh, right on the wrist too. Yeah. Yeah. Kaprizov's pissed too. I'm actually surprised that wasn't called. I mean, we're not at the Bell Center. We're not in Montreal right now. In Montreal, surely they're not giving Kaprizov, or they're not giving the Minnesota Wild a 5-on-3 even for 20 seconds there, or whatever it was, a minute. Oh, we are ready, baby. We're ready for the next 2 games. And I'm going to get all of December posted as well. No, I appreciate you, man. Isaiah, it's awesome that you found this channel. It's great to have you here in the chat, man. We're going to grow the live stream community here. Watch. Yes, thank you. Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get more and more regulars join. Just you wait and see. Wild tried to throw it to center. Broken up by the Canadiens. 5 seconds on the clock in the power play. Wild. Unsuccessful on that one. As now the Canadiens are full strength. 1 minute 35 seconds on the clock. The Canadiens have 2 goals in them as they pull their goalie. 6-on-5 here. Canadiens, blue line, right side. Hudson. Back to the left side. Back to Hudson. Hudson doesn't shoot. Caulfield back to the blue line. Shot. Blocked by Lauco. 1 minute on the clock. Back to the blue line. Left side. Montreal back to the right side. Top of the circle. Great job. That bounces to the corner there because the Wild plugged up that center lane and deflected the pass. 47 seconds. Shot. Fires and a save by Philip Gustafsson. 3-0 Wild. Here we come. Can they get an empty netter, ladies and gentlemen? Can they get an empty netter here? Oh, Lauco with a beautiful block there. Man, this was a gritty effort here tonight for the Minnesota Wild. Losing Zuccarello to getting literally hitting the balls with the puck. Losing Eriksson Ek to a lower body injury. Not having Brodin. And honestly, the Montreal Canadiens, though they haven't scored, they've been pesky. They've been pesky timeout here by the Canadiens. I can feel the empty net coming. I can feel it. Timeout here for Montreal. 43 seconds left on the clock. Man, Gustafsson, what a tremendous season by the Gus bus here, ladies and gentlemen. And the save percentage is just going to go up here with the shutout here tonight, which I believe is going to be his first, again, knock on wood. I believe this is going to be the first shutout for Gustafsson this season. 91 save percentage, that's going to go up. 2.2 goals against average, that's going to go down. Unbelievable stuff. Unbelievable stuff. Gus Guest's second goal. That would be amazing if Gus got the second goal. He has a goal this season. No shutout, but a goal this season. How crazy is that? 43 seconds on the clock, and the Wild win the faceoff at Montreal. Regains the puck. Montreal trying to send it back to the blue line. They do. Left side shot. That went wide, and the puck trickling down the length of the ice. 30 seconds on the clock. Kaprizov chasing after him. Goudreau was able to separate the man from the puck, trying to get it in front of the net. Kaprizov scores! Kaprizov with the empty netter. He scores. It's 3-0. It's 3-0. And Kaprizov with his 10th goal of the season. Boldy and Kaprizov with their 10th goal of the season, ladies and gentlemen. Same game. That was actually a good effort by Goudreau. He had to fight for that puck. He had to make that pass to Kaprizov. And it hit Kaprizov's right skate. Kaprizov was able to get it with two guys working on him, and he gets the goal. That wasn't just an easy empty netter. They had to work for that one. Hey. 5-4 Flyers OT. Are you kidding me? Also happy with that shout out, and Creel gets 2 points. Let's go. Let's go. The empty netter, baby. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Your Minnesota Wild squeeze out another 2 points, and Philip Gustafsson with his first shutout of the season. He's got a goal. He's got a shutout, and in a game where Zuccarello went down due to taking a puck in the family jewels, in the balls, had to leave the game. Ek had to leave the game. I mean, the first power play unit was absolutely decimated. The first line was near decimated, and the Wild and John Hines were able to throw those lines in the blender, and those lines were able to deliver a 3-0 victory in a game where goals were not easy to come by. The fact that the Wild, based on how that first period went, the fact that the Wild were able to put up 28 shots on net to the Montreal Canadiens at 19 is crazy, given how low of a scoring first period, and shoot, even second period overall it was. Senators, 36 shots. Flyers, 19 shots. Gustafsson should have got a penalty. For what? 6-1-3 for what? I missed that. What should he have gotten a penalty for? Just to round it out? Just to round it out? Does he need also a fight? Because then he has a goal, a shutout, a fight, and a penalty. I don't know what he did to get a penalty. Bro, I had done Slavkovsky for like 30 seconds. Hardly 30 seconds. Because I've been calling the game play by play. I would have I would have definitely started to count it down if it was 30 seconds, sir. So definitely not 30 seconds. Like I said, I'm calling the play. I didn't even see this that too egregious. If anything, I thought Hartman was honestly pretty rough on Hudson before Hudson jabbed him, and they called that. If anything, that was kind of a weak call, to be perfectly honest. So, I mean, just showing you that I ain't biased. 613. I'm calling the play as it is. But anyways, penalty or not, I don't think it would have changed the outcome much of this one. Although Montreal looked pretty good on the... They had some pretty good opportunities on their first and second power play, or first and third power play. Their second one got completely broken up by the Wild there. But overall, a gritty game. By both of these teams. Montreal with some good defense. Wild, I mean, that's been their bread and butter. Separating the man from the puck in their own zone. Good poke check tonight by the Wild defenseman as well. Merrill looked good. Let's take a look at the box score here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at the box score. Faber, they didn't need, because the defense all around was playing so well, they really didn't need to ride Faber too hard here tonight. 22 minutes by Faber. Still led the team with 22 minutes, but right behind him was Jake Middleton. Declan Chisholm with 21 minutes on the night. 19 for Spurgeon. He probably would have been up there with minutes. Like 2 more extra minutes if he wasn't getting his nose looked at. It's not terrible, but not good either. They might have. Again, at that stage in the game, I don't think they would have. Goals were so hard to come by, and they were up 2. But regardless, again, I didn't think it was that. I'm pretty unbiased when it comes to calling. I mean, I'm a Canucks guy first, Wild guy second. Even though I cover this team, run this channel, help run this channel, and live here. And I mean, I didn't see that it was too egregious. Not 30 seconds egregious, anyways. But good observation. GG to the Wild. And honestly, Montreal gave them a pretty tough test there. Like, Montreal played really good shutdown. There were spurts in the second period Montreal was able to set up. I feel like Montreal moved the puck better in the offensive zone. Mind you, again, why this win is impressive for the Minnesota Wild is they just had to shake up the lines and they were able to do well. Please don't spam the chat, Isaiah. I don't know how many times I have to tell you that. Please don't spam the chat. Do I have a fan email address? The email address that's attached to the YouTube channel, if you click about, you can email that address with any fan questions or anything like that. In the about section of the YouTube or on our channel, there's an email attached. Feel free to email that email. Feel free to hit us up on social media as well, on Facebook at the Sota Pod. Our Twitter account got suspended for the short term, so you can find me on Twitter at VI Sports Talk. Here, I'll put in the live chat here. VI Sports Talk. Or you can find at State of Hoppy as well. So these are our handles on Twitter. If you want to follow us there. On Facebook, we are at the Sota Pod. And if you dig my vibe, guys, you can check out my second channel. The City Life Project. Just a quick little plug there. I will be streaming all day tomorrow on my second channel. So if you guys are into combat sports, join me there. We got a big weekend of streaming on the City Life Project. And like I said, on this channel, we have quite a bit coming up. As well. Let me tee that up here. Again, shout out to the Minnesota Wild. 3-0, ladies and gentlemen. They defeat the Montreal Canadiens in a gritty win. All right, so here is my second channel, guys, the City Life Project. This is the schedule. This is all the stuff that I'm covering this weekend, ladies and gentlemen, on my second channel. So again, if you're a fan of combat sports, you're a fan of the Soda Pods, you must be a fan of beer. Post a lot on this channel as well. What's up, Frank? An under loss from the Montreal Canadiens. When are they going to get a good goaltender? Yeah, I mean, Montembeault had some moments, but it wasn't like a great performance by him. You know what I mean? UFC Saturday, but tomorrow we got a lot of MMA. Just like they're different hockey leagues, but they're not as good as like the the NHL. MMA is a similar type of sport in that there's a lot of other MMA organizations that are feeder leagues to that of the UFC. But there is a big UFC event on Saturday, which I will be covering as well. But as always, guys, if you haven't, smash that like button on the video, subscribe to the channel. For the month of November, we'll be covering the Blues game next week, and as well as the Oilers game to close out the month. Every Monday, Judd's Buds, ladies and gentlemen. If you missed the last episode, go check it out. And then Wildly Informed every Wednesday as well. So we stream at least 3 times every single week, sometimes 4. And as I said, we drop full podcast episodes. If you missed Fellowship of the Rink with Minnesota beat writer for The Athletic, Joe Smith, and Jesper Wallstadt, who was the guest on that episode. Awesome guest, by the way. Go check out the full video of the episode, or you can listen to it wherever you get your podcast from at the Sota Pod. We post 2 to 3 videos every single day on the channel, ladies and gentlemen. And again, they're a little bit more organized. If you go to the homepage here by playlist, Judd's Buds, all clips and episodes, Sota Pod, show I was doing just with Seth, beer content, Flight series, which is kind of a beer and hockey mix here. By the way, our last Flight series, go check it out. Highlights, live streams, shorts, and more, ladies and gentlemen. So check it out. Check it out. Hey, Mr. Grant Gregory, we're just about to hang up the skates here, but it's good to see you guys. Big shout out to Mr. Grant Gregory. He's a big supporter of my second channel. But I know Mr. Grant Gregory has some friends, has some Canadian friends who are into hockey, and the Minnesota Wild just had a great performance against the pesky Canadiens in this one. The Canadiens de Montreal. How are you doing, Mr. Grant Gregory? It's always good to see you, my man. Always good to see you. It is 9:43. 9:43. Again, big shout out to everybody who joined us here. We got Mr. Grant Gregory, Isaiah, Frank. I prefer the Panthers, Canada's team. Canada's team. I have a Pavel Bure Panthers bobblehead, but tonight, Kaprizov scoring his 10th goal. Boldy scoring his 10th goal of the season. Brought us some luck. If you had to choose any NHL team, Mr. Grant, by the way, for those who don't know, Mr. Grant Gregory, friend of mine, he's out of Australia. If you had to choose any NHL team to cover, or not to cover, but to root for, what NHL team would it be? Would it be like one of your friends' team, or would it be the Panthers based on just like the hype that we brought last season for them to beat the Oilers? Big shout out to 613 Matt. Salut, Matt. Merci beaucoup, if you're from Montreal, for joining. Hot Takes. Thank you so much for joining us every week as well now. Same with Isaiah. It's always great having Hot Takes in the live chat. Mark, sorry. Zuccarello, unable to get a point here tonight. Hockey from Home was, guess who was back? She was back. We had RJ, Kenny, Mateo, Hank the Tank, Andrew B in the chat as well. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Panthers ride or die. I love it. Here, let me show you this bobblehead before we end here. Now, I liked Pavel Bure on the Canucks, obviously a little bit more, but it's a pretty cool bobblehead. Michael Russo approved. And he's my bobblehead that actually, like, his head does not stop going. It does not stop bobbling. As you can see, he'll spaz out here for a little while. See you during the St. Louis game. Yes, say hey. And if you're watching UFC 2, Isaiah, join me on my second channel. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it. It was a long day, a fun day. Networking, some work, some streaming. I even snuck in a run, but it's almost 10 p.m. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing one championship tomorrow morning, Mr. Grant Gregory. I might be filming my Rise and Picks and Predictions videos. It's going to be game time decision, but we'll see. Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate you all. Smash that like button and subscribe. Like I said, we got videos dropping every single day. We got full podcast episodes, original content, and more, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to join me on my second channel tomorrow. And join us back here live Monday, Judd's Buds, Wednesday, Wildly Informed. And join us for the St. Louis game as well. Find us wherever you get your podcasts from. Wildly Informed will be dropping on the podcast feed tomorrow. But catch up on Judd's Buds, Fellowship of the Rink, and MNCAA, and Wildly Informed. Thank you so much, Isaiah, and everybody else who supports the channel. If you haven't already, smash that like button. And we will see you on the next one. Have a great weekend, guys. And yeah, another win for the Minnesota Wild. Let's go. And Gustafson's first shutout of the season. Love to see it. Love to see it. We'll see you guys on the next one. Good night.